Oh, we're live?
We're live.
Oh, word?
We've been live? I could have said something terrible.
Oh, I'm not muted.
Everything you say is terrible.
That's no when we're live.
Nope. No one's going to let us know.
it yet.
No one wants us to be live.
You got it in
bio.
Are we live? Chat?
Live?
Yeah.
Live.
Matt said we're
Beautiful. Hello, everyone. It's Dylan from Yugioh Everything, and welcome back to another After Dark podcast. I hope you guys are all doing well. The episode 81, has still not been subbed yet, which is understandable. The main subber was, I believe, out of state for the last 5 days. So we kind of had a feeling that the episode might not get subbed by the normal Wednesday night slot that we run our Talking Yu-Gi-Oh episode. So unfortunately, there is not going to be a Talking Yu-Gi-Oh Crazy 8s episode for episode 82. That being said, I still do plan to do a watch along for this episode, maybe tomorrow night, and maybe I'll do a quick solo podcast for 20 minutes or so. Really more of a review, just giving my thoughts on it. So, the subbing team does it for free. They do it at their own free time, so it, is what it is. I'm never going to get mad at it or anything like that.
Hope she's enjoying her trip.
Hopefully she enjoyed her trip, absolutely, and we're going to roll with the flow here, and we're going into an After Dark.
We're going to get crazy.
We're going to get crazy, and you know what? Yeah. It's a perfect time, ladies and gentlemen, for an After Dark, and I'll tell you why. That clock says it all. Nick T, how many days are left?
50 days.
50 days exactly.
Wait, hold on. Say that again?
50.
5-0
days.
Wow.
To an
you know that meme they edited with Joel from The Last of Us?
Yes.
That's what I'm feeling right now.
I mean, we are going to get nuts these next 50 days because we are expecting, for those of you that don't know, 50 days, 23 hours, 8 minutes, 20 seconds at Jump Festa, which will start when that clock hits 0. We are fully expecting a brand new Yu-Gi-Oh anime to be announced. Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s went 2 years. We assume Go Rush is going 2 years. And so the question on everybody's mind, the question that I've been getting asked for the better part of a year now, what's going to happen?
That's not what I was thinking.
What do I think's going to happen? What's going to happen with Yu-Gi-Oh! 9? But before we get to Yu-Gi-Oh! 9, I've got to say something to my friend Nick T here.
I want you to say it because I know what you're going to say.
I've got to say something to my friend Nick T. Nick T, last week on Wednesday night, got beyond the mic. He said this.
Red October, baby.
He said that the Phillies were up 2-0 in their National League Championship Series, and they choked. They would lose 4 of their next 5.
Red October, baby.
So Nick T.
Now we're going to get a boring World Series with the Diamondbacks.
We are going to get a boring World Series, which I'm happy about.
Yeah, of course.
I'm ecstatic. Let me tell you.
So I've gone ahead and I have purchased a cake to thank Nick T for his comments last week that we are going to be enjoying the chocolate pudding cake. Nick T, thank you, my man.
You're very welcome.
Oh, I love it. Thank you, Nick T, for cursing the entire city of Philadelphia.
Wow,
I'm glad that you greased your poles for nothing.
The Phillies are dead in the water.
I mean, what a crazy series. Even the Astros choked as well.
Yeah,
I mean, both teams.
The cheating Astros.
That pendulum swung crazy. 2-0,
I know.
3, and then the 2.
Well, it was like when the Astros lost to the Nationals painfully in the World Series. They won all their road games. They lost all their home games. So it's not even the first time they've done that.
See, here's the thing. Angie said it should have been Red Velvet because Red October, but that's because you don't have a creative bone in your body.
No. The reason is we're not celebrating Red. Red October is over.
We don't want anything to do with Red.
So Red Velvet would be celebrating if Red October was
Unless
still
of course we're talking Taylor Swift's Red, because that's awesome.
That's a great album.
Well, listen, yes.
Great album.
Now that's not. Yeah,
That's a little different.
Good thing you brought her up.
It is. Speaking of Taylor.
So you get a Taylor red
She's here
colors.
tonight.
Anyway,
She's like 5'9" too. She's
She's a tall lady. She's a tall lady.
Anyway, we are going to be enjoying the chocolate pudding cake.
I know
so
I will.
Had to start with that. Nick T, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Holy shit!
Yeah,
Go over there. Go over there. I missed that until right this second.
Okay.
What happened?
It just popped.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh my God, Jamie Kaslana, thank you for the $225 donation. Holy shit! Excuse my language, Jamie. Thank you so freaking much, man. Hello, gang. Happy to see Dill back up and at it. Sorry I missed last week's episode. Had a very nasty breakup. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that,
Yeah.
Jamie.
Oh, dude.
Love you guys keeping my positivity up while I watch on backlog. Just finished 31 of Go Rush, and I'm living for the king. Stay fresh. Jamie, first of all, thank you for the insanely generous donation.
Thank you.
Is the king Yuhi?
The king, I believe, is the Lug. Because
Yeah,
that's
time,
the-
yeah.
In 31, that's
I
Yeah.
thought
what
he
he
was
was
talking about our reigning king.
Oh, a reigning
Ah.
king. That's right.
Yeah, you mean him? Him.
Yeah.
Timothy.
Timothy.
31. Jamie, I really do hope you catch
But
up
yeah, no,
soon. This is a
yeah.
good time to catch up. As for the breakup part, listen, I'm sorry. I always say outside of death, I think that's the hardest part of life.
You do say that a lot.
I do say it a lot for a lot of people.
It's not false.
It's not false because it's kind of in the same vein as the processing of someone passing
Yeah, it's
away,
in a way.
but they're still
They're
there.
They're still lost.
and that,
Yeah.
but they are gone, you know.
Yeah.
So it's very, very tough. Jamie, it will get better. The last thing I wanted to hear after my first breakup, my second
Oh, it
breakup
gets
really wasn't that
easier.
bad. Was
Yeah.
time heals all,
Yeah,
right?
it's like,
Which
shut
everyone who went
up,
through
dude,
breakups, that's
yeah.
what they'd always tell me, and I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, I know, but like, damn, dude,
but
it sucks.
getting there,
Yes.
getting out of like the valley that you're in,
Brutal,
awful.
but it's very true.
it is very.
It is very true. The further along you get, the easier it will get. Jamie, I'm sorry. And listen, I hope that we can just kind of distract you for a little bit. And yeah, God bless. And we'll keep you in our thoughts for sure. Yeah, shitty part of life, definitely.
For sure.
Jamie, thank you so much for the really, really generous
That was a good one.
donation.
Yeah, that's
Jesus
you got
Christ,
shoulder
Jamie,
issues.
thank you. I've got to check because I updated my my donation
hey, I'm good with
alert,
that.
and I don't
I'm
think an
massaged
alert
every
went
day.
off, right?
Hey, I'll do it.
I didn't hear a sound.
I didn't hear a sound either.
Okay, let me check. Let me check.
Did you guys hear a sound?
For what?
It used to be.
The Jamie
thank
Caslan, I
you
did not, I don't
for the
think.
dono.
Yeah, that's what it should be.
What are the
Okay,
sound effects?
no worries, no
You
worries.
hear
Put a
stuff?
different
Um,
one.
No,
I'm not hearing anything.
I'm looking at the names.
Oh, you don't want to know.
Yeah, the names are weird.
You don't wanna
yeah.
know.
It
Jamie,
was like Big Chew.
seriously,
What is
thank you.
that?
And Jamie, by the way, if there is any, yeah, Big Chew is just.
Yeah, I hate that.
If
I
there
hate
is
that.
any
Pretty crappy gum.
question
Oh my god.
that you have for us,
you were playing
any
basketball,
question
you
at
were-
all,
Yes.
write it in chat. One of these guys will catch it, and we will answer it in this After
answer
Dark
the hell out of it.
podcast.
Nick's
We'll
gonna
answer
catch
the
it. Nick's
hell
on
out
the
of it.
ball.
We're not just going to answer it. We are going to answer the hell out of it,
Wow.
which is
That's what we do for our
crazy.
friends.
That is what we do for our friends. Jamie, I'm sorry.
Thank you
the donor.
Okay, now went off twice.
Yeah,
in a row.
Thanks.
that
I
was
know, I
scary.
heard that.
That was a little freaky.
Well, I just want to listen. I got a new alert for the super chats as well, and I want to make sure that works. But for some reason, the super
That
chats
one's worked.
Yeah.
Super chat.
It worked before we started the stream. Maybe it's just crazy delayed.
Yeah, it might be delayed. That most likely is what it is.
Right, because I do see a few super chats.
Delayed.
Thank you guys. But they're not coming in for some reason, which is annoying. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yes.
No, we definitely see it.
I see the problem, but I'm not smart enough to fix it. So,
Yeah.
Okay.
Streamlabs is an interesting beast.
It certainly is.
Oh, I just heard
Okay.
it now.
Well, it looped, but Poo Poo Kapoo Epoch is officially here. Shout out to Aura for sending me that. So anyway, yeah, Streamlabs is being laggy. Yeah, now we're
That's going crazy.
It just-
no.
I think what it
No.
did. I think it's getting like
Doubled.
backtracking through all of the.
We're probably
super
hearing
chats
double.
now.
They might not be hearing.
Are you
double.
hearing double on that sound
Yeah,
alert?
do you guys hear double that? Like when it goes there? Someone donate so that we can.
No,
I'm just
no,
kidding. I'm
no.
joking.
All
I'm
right.
joking. I'm joking.
Okay. Someone needs to have another sip of his drink over there.
Jamie, seriously, please
Yeah,
write
they
a
heard-
question.
they
Yeah,
hear the
they hear
double.
double.
Okay,
too.
double. I
don't
think
know.
I fixed the double.
I don't know if you did.
I hope you
Jamie, thank you so freaking much. And listen, we're gonna start. Please ask a question as well. And again, we're sorry about that.
Yeah, we need-
Yeah.
We are gonna start here with Yu-Gi-Oh! 9,
Please
man.
do.
Oh,
we've
we
got-
are.
You mean the thing that's probably in 50
I
days?
think that's probably in 50
Wow.
days. So, Yu-Gi-Oh! 9, I got a poll right now. I want you guys to vote. Rush Anime, Master Anime. Here are my wants.
Okay.
And this might
This is not what's gonna happen. This is what you want.
this is not going to happen.
I want your needs.
This might surprise some
want?
people.
What you wants.
My wants.
Hey, you can want whatever you want.
My want. Okay. This is. Do you want to hear my realistic want and then my
yeah,
unrealistic
of course. I
want?
want both.
I want you
Okay.
to get deep.
This is my unrealistic want. My unrealistic want is we get 2 Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime running side by side.
You're
I said
What?
unrealistic.
Homie.
You're cracked.
I fixed the echo. I
You did,
said
thank
unrealistic.
Okay. You did say that.
A Rush Yu-Gi-Oh! And a Master Rule Yu-Gi-Oh! Running simultaneously. Master Rule on Wednesdays, Rush on Saturdays, and we're good for the next 2 years.
That is
I
the
think in
dream.
a dream world, that would be wonderful.
You're dreaming.
And then,
You're dreaming.
by the way, you've got both sides happy. The people that
it's,
want Rush
Yep.
and the people that want Master Rule.
Put it in the thing, I guess.
There'll be a lot of fights, though.
There are going to be a lot of
Put it in here,
fights.
put it in here, put it in
but that's not a bad thing.
Yeah, we're right.
Right? If you have 2 anime running simultaneously and the fandom is clashing a little bit, Yu-Gi-Oh! X is better than Yu-Gi-Oh! Y. That's not, people are talking about it.
Hey, all publicity is good publicity.
Yes.
Yeah, he's absolutely right.
Facts.
All
So,
publicity is
not a
good
bad thing there. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be the first to tell you that's got no chance of happening.
No.
No chance in hell.
So, no chance. My want, and this is going to surprise people, I've really liked the Rush Duel Yu-Gi-Oh! I really have. I've really liked Sevens. Sevens is kind of probably in my middle, and I really like Go Rush. Go Rush is towards the top, kind of fringing top 3 right now, depending on how it finishes. I kind of want to see them go back to a Master Rule anime.
Wow.
And I know that might be surprising coming from me.
A little
Whoa.
bit, yeah.
But I there's something, I've been watching some old 5Ds, some old GX, some old Zexel.
The magic.
And it's been 4 years now since it's been over 4 years because Reigns ended at September 2019. It's been over 4 years since we've had a Master Rule anime. And I'm kind of itching for it again. I think more people do pay attention to the Master Rule anime.
Sure.
I think accessibility is a big reason for that. I mean, if it wasn't for the Entame team, I don't think we'd even be able to watch Rush Duel Yu-Gi-Oh!
Nope.
So I've really enjoyed Rush Duel Yu-Gi-Oh! When we do inevitably get another Rush anime at Yu-Gi-Oh! 9, which I'm fully expecting, I'm not going to be upset in the slightest. But I'm just being honest. I'm kind of itching for a Master Rule anime again. And I think there's a 25% chance of it happening. Big reason is I don't think they do one without a new mechanic or a new style, and I don't think we're getting that in the game. The game doesn't need it. Game's bloated as it is. But that's kind of my want, a Master Rule anime. I'm not going to be upset at all when we do, which is my prediction, get a Rush Duel anime completing this trilogy. And then Yu-Gi-Oh! 10, I think, is a much more realistic time frame of, okay, now maybe we go back to Master Rule. But that's kind of where I am right now. So I'd love to hear from you boys and your thoughts on it.
I guess
there, so.
just to bounce off what you were saying for wanting a Master Rule, I don't think that's like a far-fetched statement. I feel like a lot of people enjoy those.
Yeah.
Like, have enjoyed that more at least. But I feel like in 9, if that was like the route that they saw most fans wanted, right?
Yep.
They could easily, especially with the way they've done like time travel, like go into the show on Rush. Something happens, they're in a different part of the timeline where the only type of dueling is Master. You switch back to Master Rule dueling for the second half of the show, and then the next show can be whatever it wants.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because now people watching these shows, it's in both universes, so if you wanted to continue a universe, cross them over or whatever, you now have that option.
You could do that.
Right? Like,
Yeah.
It's probably not.
I don't think they would do that
Yeah.
because I don't think they want to diversify too much within one universe
Or
and
just like end Rush dueling or whatever.
yeah.
Like,
Well, that's the thing, and that's why I do believe. Like, if you tell me what's going to happen at Yu-Gi-Oh! 9 in 50 days at Jump Festa, I mean, it's going to be a Rush Duel anime. I'd be really shocked if it's not.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to be upset with that at all. But
It's the current product.
It's the current product, and I've said it myself, man. Like, I'm going to be my greatest debater here. We don't need another Master Rule anime for the main game. We don't. It's a very popular game.
It stands alone.
Yeah, it doesn't
I mean,
need
we've
an
talked
anime.
about it. Sometimes there obviously is crossover, but like the game a lot of people that play the game haven't watched the past 5 shows.
Correct.
And a lot of people that watch the show don't necessarily play the game.
And I've said it, if everybody that played Yu-Gi-Oh, and I really do mean this, if everyone that played Yu-Gi-Oh competitively, casually, whatever it is, watched the shows, it'd be on the level of like a Dragon Ball, One Piece in popularity.
Absolutely.
And I firmly believe that.
Yeah.
In terms of how many people are watching, I firmly believe that.
Right. It can
But
stand alone by itself.
I would say, I mean, when I went to the few times I've went to locals, 30 people, Red Bank, the place that closed, Hobby Lobby,
rip.
30 people. I
Hobby
mean,
Masters.
Hobby Masters, right?
Yeah, come on.
Maybe one person was watching Vrains,
Yeah,
maybe
exactly.
of the 30 people, and that's
And they
probably
probably didn't watch Zexel.
no.
and they
Oh
probably
no, it was
didn't
all
watch,
Zexel's horrible,
Yeah,
you know, like
exactly. Like
you know,
that's
so
what I'm
like
saying,
the people that play the game really aren't watching the show for the most part.
No, for
you
the
have
most part.
exceptions, obviously, but I mean, and that's always been the case. So that's the other thing. If you do have a Master Rule show, you know, you are going to get more people. Listen, more people watched Vrains and Arc 5 than they've watched Sevens and Go Rush.
Yeah.
That's just a matter of fact. I've seen it in the views for my episode
Yeah,
reviews, the views for
numbers
this
are there.
podcast.
The data.
Yeah, I mean it just is what it is. That's just a fact. Now that's not saying Vrains and Arc 5 are better than Sevens and Go Rush. I certainly don't think that necessarily. But when you talk about popularity, that's just that is what it is, and that's to be expected. Rush is a new game, doesn't have any existing fan base like the
needs
other
to
ones.
build one.
Right, Arc 5 and Vrains had 4 shows previously, including the original Yu-Gi-Oh, which will never be triumphed in popularity.
Yeah.
To build a base on. So it's to be expected.
For sure.
Where they go from here and where they go forward is going to be fascinating.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't remember the context, but kind of on top to piggyback off what you said, I'm forgetting the context. Maybe it was during Sevens, or maybe it was Reigns. I actually don't remember when we toyed with the idea, like, oh well, because there's this kind of interdimensional travel, there could be potential crossovers. In this
Yeah.
case, with Master Duel in general, rather than like a previous IP. But like I think we had discussed, like, oh, was it Reigns
I think
because
it was
I was bouncing
Reigns.
around?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, it could have easily pulled in any other number of spin-offs because of that reason. Where in this case, it could pull in. I mean, not that I necessarily think it will happen, but nothing is off the table because of the.
Yeah.
We've set ourselves up to put nothing off the table,
Yeah.
which I think is really cool.
Yeah, it is.
So like
It is.
this is wide open. I personally believe it's going to be another Rush Duel show,
Yeah.
which I'm not upset about. I mean, I think I was one of the people who's, as much as I love Yu-Gi-Oh and I love duels and I love watching like friends duel and whatnot, the episodes in say in Vrains that were like longer 2-3 episode duels, I'm like, it starts to lose me a little bit. I like the fast
Yeah.
pace. Hey, I mean.
Yep.
Is that a detriment sometimes to the show where it's like, oh, we do one duel, one thing, we're next. Like, that's
Yeah.
it. Sure. But, like, for me, as far as my attention span regarding dueling, I'm on board with Rush Duels. I'd be happy to see another Rush Duel show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm in the same boat. I mean, Playmaker link climbing for 10 minutes isn't the most viewable
beginning.
product
Exactly.
for everyone. It's
Do you
not
remember?
for everyone.
Yeah, dude. At
The
first, when they were
beginning-
doing
Oh my
the
God.
they were doing the full
Every
Link
time.
anthem
Yeah.
to the first couple, the full summoning chants, the first couple
Yeah, it was
episodes.
a lot. So
like,
set
bro.
link marker set, like then
Oh,
this
yeah,
and then
it
it
was
was like
sick.
a minute long. 2
It
minutes
was
long.
dope.
Well, and that's a thing that I think people who do play the game, differentiate themselves from why they don't watch the anime, and the reason is they feel like the anime sometimes is not like realistic of whatever the current meta is, and so like they don't necessarily enjoy watching because Yu-Gi-Oh is a very combo driven game in a lot of decks, and to make duels enjoyable in an anime sense, you usually can't show it off that way. Now, Vrains tried, and there were, especially early on, and there were some very good Vrains duels, but a big criticism that a lot of people had of Vrains was that the duels were a little too complicated.
Right.
But you could also, on the other half of that, they were realistic. They were
Right.
more realistic
Oh,
than
dude,
we've seen.
I remember watching my brother play like the Master.
And your
Duel
brother's
game.
a pretty good duelist,
He's
yeah.
a pretty good duelist, but I remember watching him play the game. And when he wasn't trolling, which that was hilarious in its own right, just watching the chains happen like for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And that's when he would be like, I thought it was my turn.
Right,
Like,
right.
But like watching like an opponent's chain happen in response to your, it's on your turn in response to your move, a chain for like 3 minutes. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah,
here.
yeah. No, it's so
that's realistic.
right, and that's the beauty of what Rush has done, because Rush has been a lot more entry friendly
Yeah.
for people that
Definitely.
are not really into
100%.
the game, and I think that's why they're gonna stick with Rush here.
Right.
I think it's the right decision from a business perspective
Of
to stick with
course.
Rush. That being said, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I would like to see it go back to Master Duel, but I'm not gonna be upset when Rush is what we get at Yu-Gi-Oh 9 and Yu-Gi-Oh 10, where Rush duels have had 6 years to build up. They're in Duel Links now, so they're playable. We'll see how they do ultimately over here in the TCG territories.
Sure.
We'll see where we go from here, which is exciting. But yeah, Dredge. I mean, you're interesting here, right? Because you joined the team here during Sevens. You're the only one of us that joined this Talking Yu-Gi-Oh team not during Vrains, because we started towards the end of Vrains. You joined first episode of season 2 of Yu-Gi-Oh Sevens.
Yep.
So you've only known this hyper analyzing, ridiculous, over the top podcast style for Rush Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah.
That being said, what's hilarious about that is you've seen the most Yu-Gi-Oh outside of me
I have.
because you've binged a lot of the shows. So, I mean, you're someone who's got a lot of experience here with watching
Yeah.
Master Rule Yu-Gi-Oh. You finished DMG, X5Ds, and Vrains.
Yep.
You've also Sevens Go Rush you're caught up on.
Yep.
So I'm interested to know your perspective on this debate.
I'm glad I didn't go first here. I want you to check the link real quick, and then I
Okay.
will. But I'm glad I not go first. I wanted some time to really think about my.
Yeah, absolutely. Angie, thank you for the $90
Wow.
super chat. Jeez, Angie and
Cha-ching.
Jamie, thank you guys so much. I feel kind of bad because in the beginning I didn't give Sevens a chance because of the art shift. I don't feel bad. I appreciate your honesty. And by the way,
Yeah.
there's probably thousands of Yu-Gi-Oh fans that did the same exact thing.
Sure.
So don't feel bad about that. Thousands. I know some Studio Gallop purists are that way too. Absolutely. I'm glad that Aura introduced me to you guys 2 years ago. Look how far we've come. Love you guys. Love the community. Angie, I'm so grateful to say not only have you become a good friend of mine, but you are part of this community, this awesome, wonderful community that is all you guys, and I'm super grateful for all of you. So, Angie, you're a big part of that. Thank you so much for the kindness, the funny memes, all that stuff, and for the super, super generous donation. Thank you so freaking much. And Angie speaks to a great point. The art shift. You know, I'm so curious in an alternate reality. Studio Gallop never loses the rights to Yu-Gi-Oh, and they still make the switch to Rush Duels. Sevens is the same, but it's got the Studio Gallop Yu-Gi-Oh feel to it. I'm so curious to see what the perception would have been.
We get another Bowman shot. Where
Well, I mean, that's the thing. But in this alternate universe,
No,
Studio
I
Gallop's
know.
not
I
pressed
know.
for resources.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm being,
I mean,
I'm
I
being
Studio-
mean, to
silly.
be fair, we did get an interesting phaser shot in this show.
We did.
No, we did.
I mean,
We
that
got a few of those,
that Bowman.
actually.
I used that Bowman shot in a video recently.
Yeah, no. Did you
It's
really?
a great shot.
No, it's hilarious.
It's a questionable.
It's
shot.
genuinely hilarious, but yeah, that's not to say that
Because
Bridge.
there
has
were a
hilarious
lot of
shots.
people who I don't think were necessarily turned off by rush dueling. I think they were more turned off by the art style because it looked more childish.
I very much remember that being a.
That was the
large
big.
talking
That was the
point.
big one.
Yeah, it doesn't
That
even
was
look-
the big one.
I remember a lot of dissent was saying it doesn't even look like Yu-Gi-Oh anymore.
Which they weren't wrong
Dylan
to
said
say that.
when we were
Yeah.
on Jump Festa.
Yeah.
And they weren't wrong to say that. Now it's felt like Yu-Gi-Oh. Some character designs have felt more like Nail and Asana when we saw
Yeah.
them. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
this feels more like traditional Yu-Gi-Oh.
100%.
That first episode of Sevens, I always say I don't necessarily believe it did it much justice.
Sure.
I don't think a lot of the trailer especially. The trailer wasn't
No, it
very
didn't give us
polished
really
looking.
anything, yeah.
Yeah.
Dylan thought it was the video game.
I did.
God,
I wishful thinking at the time,
what a
but
great moment that was.
Yeah.
When
I mean, what-
you calmed everybody down. You were like, it's the video game. It's the video game. And everyone's like, yeah, I was going to say. And then it came up like 30 seconds later, Yu-Gi-Oh! Sevens. And you had to say it. And when you walked off camera, and
I had
still
to come
I still
in.
have those photos
I had to
of
slide
you
in.
could
laying
hear
on the
it. I'm-
floor. You screamed fuck and were just in despair,
I
like
remember-
legitimate.
I remember
in
hearing.
despair.
I mean, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like from off camera.
And we were talking about it off camera, and like, I think at that
Yeah.
moment you were like, "Fuck, is my Yu-Gi-Oh career over?"
well, I'll be honest with you because my fear was that it was going to be at the level of like Adore the Explorer show.
Yeah.
Like-
Which has
like-
that art style. It
Right,
really
like
does.
like a level, a childish level to that degree where like I'm not really going to be able to get into it, and if I'm not going to be able to get into it, I'm not going to continue to cover it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Luckily, it did not do that.
Yeah.
It was not. It was aimed for a younger audience. It was not aimed for that young of an audience. But
Yeah.
me fearing that, I don't think was ludicrous at the
No,
time.
no, the fear
a
was-
lot of
your-
people
your
had those
reaction
sentiments
Yeah.
was gold.
I don't think it was crazy at the time. And then you learn
The
that
fear was well
that
placed.
Studio Gallup's
Yeah.
not doing it.
Yeah.
And it's like, what the
Well, that
hell?
news broke like
while we were
halfway through.
live,
That
yeah.
was crazy.
That was a crazy, crazy night. And guys, 50 days till another one.
That's
Can't
oh,
wait.
crazy.
God.
Because then Go Rush, I had COVID.
to
and I
watch
was
your
hallucinating.
reactions is going to
You
be.
were hallucinating on camera. I was hallucinating off camera. I'm like, did we get another show announced? Like, what's going on?
All I was commenting, I remember, is, dude, please, can you stop streaming? I was
Yeah.
like, this is not safe.
I had a
It was
101 fever. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, we were in bad. We were in a bad way. You and
Go,
I.
remember the famous episode that caused that?
The
Yeah.
super spreader.
The super. Was that just you and I?
Yes.
Just
Yeah,
me.
super spreader.
We
event
didn't come.
for the
Spreader.
reveal of Goha Yuga.
Yeah.
great.
Damn
Very
Goha
holy.
Yuga. Yeah.
Goha.
Dredge and
Yeah.
Angie, seriously, that is a very generous
Yes,
super
thank you,
chat.
Angie.
Thank you,
Thank
Angie.
you so much. Did Jamie ever ask anything, by the way?
Yes.
He
Good.
did, yeah.
Good.
Yes.
We'll get to that.
Yeah.
Jamie, thank you. And thank you again.
He ended up
seriously.
putting it in chat. I just copied it right into our.
So we have the
Perfect.
We have the question.
So Dredge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's like,
Yeah.
What are your thoughts, man?
I mean, I've watched
Here's
so
Dylan's
much.
package.
I've watched so much Yu-Gi-Oh to this
Perfect.
point. Not as much as you, obviously. The second
Perfect.
most.
second most.
I want so many things. Like I've really started to think about like the things that I want. Like I'm thinking back to certain things from DM or from GX that I even liked or Vrains, and it's tough for me to just kind of level on one or two things that I want. So I got it down to two things that I want. I think they're really big things.
Okay.
Let's hear it.
Number one, I need longer arcs. I absolutely, and unfortunately, I'm not 100% it's going to happen, but I just think even with the rush, because again, I am under the belief we're going to have a Rush Duel anime. I don't think we're going to Master Duel. I think they're really trying to push Rush Duel right now. I love your theory. It's a crack theory that we have side-by-side animes. That's the dream, right? That's like you wake up, it's Christmas
I think lore
morning,
anime is the dream.
So
Master Duel, Rush Duel.
side by two animes running simultaneously. A more realistic dream. We have our normal anime
Yeah.
going, and we finally get a Yu-Gi-Oh movie.
I'd be
that's
cool with a
being
movie.
worked
A movie
on.
would be great. I think that's a good
options
one
are going
too.
to take resources.
But
a lot of
taking
resources.
Yeah, taking those aside, I think as Rush Duel, as we said, it's that, most duels are one episode, right? There's very few that are 2 or 3, and they're usually the arc finales. So even with that, though, I just think I felt more often than not, the arcs have been rushed with only 13 episodes. I think that you make the argument for 7s and Go Rush that some of the arcs have been really well done. I won't argue. There's some arcs that I think 13 was perfect. But more often than not, I would argue 60% of the time, at least, 13 was not enough,
Can
right?
you imagine Dark Signer's arc in 13 episodes?
No.
Could
It
you
would be
imagine
terrible. It'd be awful.
Well, you guys don't know, but like the Barry and Onslaught
Awful.
arc in 13
I haven't seen that
episodes, Battle City in 13
Battle
episodes.
City would have been
just
awful
start
in 13.
naming all these arcs from previous Yu-Gi-Ohs, and none of them would have worked,
Well,
right?
here's the thing. I think as much as like standardization and consistency, uniformity
It's
in-
not- I
in
mean,
a lot
I
of-
like
in a lot of ways
consistency.
is good, but like not every arc needs to be the same length.
Like if you want to make your general arcs
true.
13,
Agreed,
but then make
agreed.
like your end of season arcs, 18 or something to like hype, that would make more. Oh shoot, the end of the season arc is an extra 5 episodes. What are we gonna get in there, right?
Bingo.
You don't need to make I'm not saying I need everyone to be 18 or 24 or whatever. I forget the math. 24. I think it was 24, right? Give or take or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't need to be that long, but like I do need more. I just think you can tell a story better. You're not rushed for time, even with Rush Duels, where there is only one duel per episode, and it's not like those duels that carry out like Vrains or GX or
But
DM.
more story.
More story too, which I want too, and I think I've enjoyed Go Rush so far. But again, I'm always thinking back to like I know I have a hard knock point. 13, I'm 13. We're starting something new, right? It's very rarely an arc carries over. We got Kwai Duel for 2 arcs technically this time around.
Yeah.
But if you look at Go Rush, is there any other than Yugioh? Yugioh's our main rival though, so that makes sense. But has any arc had any carryover really?
Like crossover, but not carryover.
And not
Yeah.
not the
Like
same
you mean like
threat
threat,
level.
threat?
Yeah, any kind of
threat
threat, like
level.
that.
Yeah,
in a sense like
Yugioh,
that.
but that's it.
Yeah, that's it. So
I
that's my
also-
main thing.
I also think, Judge, in conjunction with that, it's like similar to how this arc has been. We get like 4 or 5 episodes that don't advance the plot.
Yeah,
much,
they're
which
just
is why
kinda-
the end of the arc feels rushed.
True.
Because then it's like, oh crap, we have this big overarching situation and we have 5 episodes.
Yeah.
yeah.
And we haven't touched it yet, but we're supposed to resolve it.
Yes.
So here we go. You have 5 banger episodes. You're like, holy crap, this is all amazing.
And then
Yeah.
they're all great.
But like, a lot of that could have been spread out, and maybe a lot more could have been done in that 13 episodes as
Yeah,
well.
that's fair. And then that's my first thing. My second thing is, we're getting up to our 9th Yu-Gi-Oh show, right? Now, this is something that I know a lot of people. It is a shonen anime. I'll start with that, so I think you can guess where I'm going with this. I think a female lead. I'd love a female lead
Yeah.
at this
Okay.
point in the show.
Yeah.
I understand the argument. It's shonen. It's a boys show.
Well,
It's a boys show. It's for kids. It's. I understand that argument. I get that. But at this point, Yu-Gi-Oh's we've had 8 male protagonists, right? You could argue. I mean, Yuumu, you could argue, I guess, kinda, right? I mean,
But also now she's taking a back seat.
exactly. That's my thing too.
Yeah.
If
Well, no, the
Yuumu,
protagonist of Go Rush is Yugioh.
yeah, main
Yeah.
protagonist, you'd argue there's 8.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. So it just, I think we need a change here. I think what you get from a female character versus a male character, and the thought, in the way they think, the way they act are different, right? For the most part, men and women think differently, right? For the most part, right? I think it'd be something different, and I think I'd like to see that kind of style, see how it plays out. I liked Yuumu in the beginning. Her stock is literally plummeted
Yeah.
Since the start, if we're being honest, we argue that he's shot up to the moon. If Yuumu had maintained some kind of like, status higher up, I don't think I would think this way. I think, oh, but Yuumu was a great, secondary pro tag. I was cool with that. Okay, but now that I still haven't seen, Yu-Gi-Oh hasn't given you name 3 great girl characters in all of Yu-Gi-Oh. Name 3 great.
Well,
I mean, great by what standard?
Great by you can't even name great, right? If we're arguing, can you name 3 great? You can,
exactly,
right?
Like I could say,
and
I would say we've never had a great Yu-Gi-Oh girl character.
And here's the thing: do women watch this show?
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
So shouldn't they have boys and younger, because this is
more of our
aimed
audience
more
than I
at
would have expected.
more of our audience is young. I mean, more of our audience is female than we would think. I agree.
Yeah, exactly.
But
a
this
great thing.
this show is aimed at I would assume more like teenage, not us, not 30-year-old men. It's not aimed at us, right? Probably not, right? Let's make that argument. Let's say it out
because
loud.
we're gonna watch anyway because we
grew up with it.
it.
I agree with that,
Exactly.
and that's why there's a lot of people at our age that do. But it's really aimed at your teenagers, your kids.
Agreed.
There are girls that want aspiring characters to look up to,
Yeah.
right? Do girls have any
Girl
Yu-Gi-Oh characters they
power.
can be like, yeah, girl power, great line, but like,
Well,
do girls have that option?
They've taken a
they
step
should
in the
have.
right direction with these last 2
I
shows.
agree.
think
Roman
we're-
and Yuumu have been stronger than any of the animes almost combined. I agree.
We're pointing towards.
I don't know if we're there yet, but I would like to see it. Well, if not 9, I'd like 10. I think it's going to happen? It's probably like a
I would say
20% chance, maybe 15%. It's not a likely.
Yeah.
But I think we're getting to that point where I'd like that change.
I would argue we're telegraphing towards it.
I agree. I think we're
Like, they're looking-
I think they're
it's-
trying to
They're
see.
looking in the
I
direction.
think they're trying to see how the audience responds to these female characters
Yeah.
who win
Well,
and do better.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe Pokemon,
Yes.
which I know is not
Yes.
technically a
It's
shonen,
like Lyco or Lico.
just got
is the
a
name of it,
girl
yeah.
lead not too
Yeah.
long ago. So,
And
yeah.
someone in chat also brought up, which is a show, obviously, like I Love Gundam, Witch from Mercury had a female, actually quite a few female characters, but a female lead in
Yeah.
the last Gundam show, and that did fairly well.
Yeah, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure,
And
Jolene.
and people fucking love
Everyone
Jolene.
loves Jolene.
Yeah.
Jolene.
Her same voice
No,
actress
that's-
is Neanderstar.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. That's right.
Yeah, so listen, I mean, will we ever get it? I hope.
I
remember
think
when
if-
I did Road to Yu-Gi-Oh! 6, this was during Arc 5. I'm
yeah, it's a
showing my age here.
Oh, boy.
That video's
Showing
still
your
up.
Yikes.
What was my big want for that video? It was a girl lead. All the way back during Arc
You've been
5.
dreaming.
So I am right there with you, and
Yeah.
that will always be one of my big wants for a show.
Yeah.
Will it happen?
Maybe.
I
Maybe.
would take the longer arcs first, though. I would.
Yeah.
Especially in the Rush Duel,
Yeah.
I would take that better.
Storytelling is paramount.
I agree.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
And you don't need a female protagonist to have good female characters either.
No, I don't. I also, by saying that, I don't think I still want strong female characters.
That's
I don't
what I
want there
mean.
to be like all of a sudden we have one female lead and every other female character is terrible. We don't want that
you don't
either,
want that.
right?
Yeah.
That wouldn't be good either.
It's gonna be like the one girl hanging around with like then 10 semi-pro tag men
Yep.
with her. So it's like,
Yeah.
is she the pro tag or are they a group pro tag?
Yeah, you'll always get that
Yeah.
argument. So
Yeah. I mean, listen, Dredge, that's a really good list, my man, and we'll
I had to
see
think
what
about it for a
happens.
little bit.
Yeah.
50 days.
Can we skip to the good part?
I mean, really, I just
Yeah.
wish.
That was good. That was good. That was,
I just
undeniably
wish you
great.
could. Pete, we're gonna skip over to you, man. So,
We don't have to.
Rush
We
Master
don't have to.
show ends. Your thoughts, things you want to see. I mean,
No
Dredge,
new Yu-Gi-Oh!
Dredge gave a
It's
very
just done.
good answer.
I
So-
wanted. Well, you also went on. I was thinking the same thing you guys were, but I wanted to change it up. Like I want to like something different.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really have too much more to add. I mean,
Yeah.
in my mind,
Well, what's your opinion on it?
in my mind, Rush is staying. I mean,
Yeah.
like you're building up a new
100%.
product. It's extremely popular as far as we understand, given the metrics and what we hear from people that are into the Japanese side of it.
Yep.
This feels like a 10, 20-year product. I don't see them jumping back to Master Duel. As much as it would be cool in some ways because it's nostalgia for us, I just don't see it. And I know that's kind of pessimistic. I personally, I think it's realistic.
Yeah, I don't think it's pessimistic.
What I will say, and I get what you're feeling watching those old videos, and we're watching obviously
Yeah.
Zexel right now.
Mhm.
There's something about those old duels, and I think it's one, there is more complexity,
Yeah.
right? But knowing that almost every duel, especially the good ones, is going to go multiple episodes. I'm the opposite of Nick T. I like
I know you like that. Yeah.
and like I'm always someone when I watch television, and I've watched a lot of television, and it feels like I'm getting old because I am. But I like build up. I like when an antagonist and a hero have multiple confrontations that get to that, and they kind of best each other, and then it gets to that final one.
Yeah.
I love that. I think that's very hard to do in I think that's very hard to do in a 13 episode arc, and I will agree in some ways to Dredger's point. Like, it kind of feels like there's 4 or 5 episodes sometimes that are a little bit fillerish in these arcs,
So you need
and like
the
you have
first
1 or 2
4 or 5,
moments.
yeah.
But for the most part, I'm
Yeah.
like, man, I do not need to watch Chupacabra. You know, like so.
Amen.
So it's like,
Yeah, and if not filler, then they meander a little bit.
and like when
too
you
long,
had
which is the
Gallop
issue.
and when you had that style, okay, well, I knew I wasn't restricted to 13 episodes. So if I got a horrible duel of
like,
like
all right, there's more.
Ghost Girl and Naoki, I could be like, okay, whatever. That was just this week, and I can get through the rest of this and have a nice build up, and that is the stuff I miss. And
Yeah, that's fair.
it's just the one thing we're probably not going to get, but I just ask of Studio Bridge and the Rush universe, please, for the love of God, break these 13 episode molds.
Yes.
Please. That's all I'm asking you to. And like, you could have some as 13 if it needs to, and some as 20, some as 18, some as 26. Just break it up, because I feel like they hamstring their writers by, well, shit, we got to resolve this whole thing. Stop doing that.
I agree.
And that is something that's a want, if you want. That
Yeah.
is maybe a little outlandish, but I feel like it's definitely more realistic than Master Duel coming
Agreed.
back. You have to do that. And I will agree to some people's points, including Oars, when we talk to her. We kind of got to get away from the Sevens universe if we're going to stay in Rush. And I have a feeling that's not going to happen. This is probably going to be a trilogy. If that's going to be the case, I do not want direct variants that look exactly
Well, that
like
I agree
the
with.
characters
You
that
can't
we
do it
had.
2 shows in
That
a
I
row.
agree.
You
Be an
can't.
ancestor if you want to connect
Yep.
that, and you don't have to look like them.
Yeah.
And I need that to stop too, because there's a degree of like, not only are you going to constantly compare those characters, right? Because the same voice actors, they look exactly the same, but also like, I don't want to say lazy because I feel like that's mean, but like,
You could say it.
it just feels
Say
like a template. You know, like it's just like, can we do more with this? Yes, we can. Let's do that.
Yeah.
So that's kind of my thoughts on it.
Yeah, actually, that's not unreasonable.
Yeah.
13 episode arcs was one of my bigger disappointments in Sevens. It's probably going to be the same in Go Rush. I'm fine with them doing 13 episode arcs now and then, but I'd like to see some variation.
Yeah.
It was fun in those older Yu-Gi-Ohs where like you weren't sure when the arc was going to end, and then when you find out in like V Jump or Weekly Jump, it's like, oh, the arc's ending next month. Oh,
Exactly.
cool. We're like wrapping up,
Exactly.
and like you're not thinking about it. But at least for me, and I know for a lot of
It's always in
people,
the front of our
it's
minds.
always it's always either in the front or in the back of your mind. Where
somewhere.
I'm already like, wow, this next duel with Asaka, excuse me, is 4 episodes, so we're already a third of the way through. So that means we got 9 episodes left, so we got 6 duel. You know what I mean? And I'm like, and listen, is that a me thing? Maybe, but I know there's a lot of people that are not big of flaws, that are not big of the 13 episode arc stuff. So listen, that's just it just is what it is. But that being said, man, yeah, I'm really, really interested to see where they go. I am on the opposite side of you and Aura on that argument. I would actually, if they stick with Rush, I hope Yu-Gi-Oh! 9 is related. I like it all being in one universe. But I'm in full agreement.
It's probably gonna be.
I'm in full agreement with the fact, like, let's lose these variant characters.
I don't want that.
Because, yeah,
Even if
it's-
you're like, oh, I'm an Odo, you look completely different.
Yeah.
I don't know it as soon as I see you.
well, like Yuhi and Yuamuta Yuga, perfect example. If they did that with all of the variant
everybody,
characters,
it'd
it
be fine.
would have been fine.
Be fine. But
Yeah,
they
but
didn't.
like Tazaki and a few of them actually are identical.
The exact same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Asana and Asaka, I think, look very similar
They do.
too.
Yeah, they just changed
Nick
the outfit.
Yagi's the
that's
same.
it.
Yeah.
It went,
all the
from
old
basically
people.
red to white.
Yeah.
That was about it.
All
Yeah.
the old people look identical,
Yeah,
essentially.
yeah.
Do you think
But even
that
like the illusion, Luke looks similar
they
enough.
look almost
basically
exactly
Like,
the
like
same.
you know what I mean? Like Yuki and Yuumu don't look like
No.
Yuga.
Different,
No.
like facial. Yeah.
Right.
But
So-
if you wanted to, you could see some of the resemblance. Some
Right.
of the traits are
Yeah.
in there.
yeah.
Well, personality we saw with Yugi
But I'm
last
just saying,
episode.
even from a look standpoint,
Yeah.
you could go, I could see those people being related.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Do you
Like in real life.
So
Yeah.
I'm just hoping that, yeah, they don't do variants if 9 is a sequel.
do you think there's a chance that Go Rush ends with us going back to the Sevens universe and that's how 9 begins?
I've
It's,
thought
it's
about
like a
that.
sequel of Sevens.
So it's like, well, it's a sequel. It's like the sequel to the end of Sevens.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Then we
Go
jump.
Rush is like the how we got there. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But what does that mean? Does that mean that our Sevens cast are our main characters in Yu-Gi-Oh! 9?
Maybe.
Potentially.
Unfortunately.
Or we run
Yeah.
I wouldn't love that.
into.
Or
But
we
would
can
you-
gentle
what if
to it.
what if we're in a group that is also experiencing stuff that's happening while Yugioh was out and about, and when he comes back, they run into that group and they're kind of a side group.
That I'd be fine with.
I just think it's fun if we went so far in the past. If we jump a little bit, maybe a couple generations in the future, and we have our Sevens cast
Like the
be
children.
the storytellers of back in my day,
Yeah.
like I think they could be the Tazaki group. Like that could be fun.
Okay,
And
so
we have
and,
all
and then
new
we
main
could go,
characters.
hey, if we watch Sevens or maybe a little bit of Go Rush, we're like, I remember what he's talking about. You
well,
know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've got a question for you. So if you and all of them are like 75, 80 years old, what happens to Mimi?
She's probably dead.
Okay.
Let's just be real.
You've got no problem.
First of
saying
all,
Like
why-
I knew you were gonna. I thought you were gonna.
Why
actually
you
pick
gotta-
Mr. Tazaki, to be honest, or Nick Yagi?
that. No, Mr.
but-
Tazaki's their age.
Is he?
Yeah.
He's
not really
supposed
not.
to be.
He's really not.
He's supposed to be.
Mr. Tazaki's the same age as the old people, but our what's his name was
Galleon.
Galleon.
What was Galliant was
Galleon
was
a
a
child.
He was a
That-
12-year-old
first of all,
with a
that
full
was
beard.
a lie.
Yeah.
That was an outright lie. Galliant was a grown man. Okay.
Whatever happened to the? Never mind.
Even finish it.
No.
It's after dark.
Actually, you
Finish the
can.
thought.
You can finish
the
it.
original guy that Mr. Goha controlled.
He's dead.
He's
Oh, he's
dead.
straight
we
up
watched him
know
die.
that?
We
Yeah.
watched him die. He went down the garbage chute. We watched.
You
it.
guys literally made that up. I love how
know.
you guys
You
made
guys
that part up.
gaslit yourself into believing that happened.
We watch it. We know Mimi disposed that body. We know it.
You
It
guys
was
are.
probably
You guys
everyone.
are crazy.
I mean,
I'll tell you one thing. If I ever get blessed with the opportunity to interview someone over at Studio Bridge, that's the first question I'm asking. I go,
What happened to that
Whatever
guy?"
happened to that guy? Did he have a heart attack? Like, did they
What
dispose
if
his body?
the person you're interviewing just laughs and just shrugs?
Then I
and
take that as
smiles?
fact that is headcanon, and that's exactly what happened.
Here's my thing. Honestly, the garbage chute is one thing, or laundry chute, say like for a safer
Yeah.
route, is one thing. It's more disturbing to me that we don't have an answer.
because
That's- I
he
think
was
that's-
irrelevant. In Mimi's climb to the top, that guy was in the way.
It could
Yeah,
be
I
Yuga's
get that.
dad.
Hey,
It could be. We don't know what happened to
hey,
him.
take a walk.
We don't know what happened to him.
What? So his dad's an old man.
Hold on.
Yeah.
We know we can
His dad's
probably
like a
theorize
70-year-old man.
what happened to him. He went out for a
Otis.
lottery ticket, and that was it.
I think he's Otis, but
Wait, who is Otis?
I think
You
Yuga's
think
dad is
everyone is
Wait,
Otis.
No,
so is this
I
like a
really
Back to
do.
the Future thing where like Yuga's his own dad.
crazy.
I don't think so.
No.
Stop it. Stop that. First of all, he isn't his own dad, but his mom does try to.
I mean, she didn't know. Okay, she
let me-
didn't know.
No, she didn't
All
know.
right.
She didn't know.
That's
she
why I
didn't
said
know.
it kind of like
Michael
a Back
J.
to the
Fox is a
Future
good-looking guy. Okay.
Yeah, he's yeah.
What does that have to do?
What are we?
Answering his question.
I want to see what we're at here, prediction wise. I think most people picked Rush.
Yeah, I mean that seems to be where we're pointing. Especially, the more and more we watch it, the more it points towards a trilogy.
Imanimo.
At
Same.
least, at least.
I don't see it, bro.
Did you end it?
I don't think he ended it.
I don't think you ended it.
Oh, I just
You have to end it on YouTube, no?
no, I closed it.
I just don't know anymore.
Yeah, you have to end it here.
Yeah.
Silly goose.
Silly rabbit.
Tricks are for kids.
I want to read the results.
Yeah. We got results in. 98% of the votes are in, apparently. Rush Anime at 66%, Master Rule Anime at 20%, Go Rush goes a third year at 8%, and a card lore-based anime at 4%, with the poll completed by 148 votes.
To everyone who voted, thank you. Yeah, I mean it's Rush, Rush 2/3,
Yeah, probably.
Master Rule 1/5. Yeah, it's what I'd expect. I think we're gonna get a Rush anime. I'd be very surprised if we didn't.
I think the other thing you kind of brought up and we didn't really fully discuss. I'd love a movie. I think a movie would be great.
By the way, you
there's
know,
actually
there are people that
We're overdue.
for whatever reason get very angry
Upset.
at me, very upset.
very for what reason?
I don't know.
What reason?
Whenever I bring up that I'd like to see a movie,
I like movies.
People
I
get
mean-
angry at you for
A lot of
lesser
things.
things.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
That's a good point.
But listen, I am of the belief, and maybe it's because I'm optimistic, that we will get a Yu-Gi-Oh movie again.
Yeah.
Either you believe we are never getting another Yu-Gi-Oh
Or you
movie,
believe we're getting another
or
one.
you believe
It's
we
just
are getting
it's
one.
50-50.
And if you believe we are getting one again, then I think
Why not?
hoping
Yeah,
that
why-
one
yeah.
gets announced there's nothing wrong with that.
There's
not
nothing
at
wrong
all.
with that.
No, there's nothing wrong
I
with
don't
that.
know how you could be of the belief that we will never get one again.
There are people that think that.
That's
I don't know.
Crazy.
Master
know.
meets Rush in a movie.
I mean, that's
I
the thing. You could have a master rule based movie, like a GX 5Ds movie.
Hey, it'll never happen.
So you don't think we'll ever get a Yu-Gi-Oh movie?
Not Master Duel related. No, not at this
Really?
point.
Ever
Oh, okay,
again?
okay, well, okay. I'm fine with that. Well, that's different.
That's
Yeah,
still,
I mean that's
because
still a movie.
there's the
Yeah.
art style, everything is so intricately tied to Gal. Absolutely not. It will be Rush.
Yeah, I
related,
mean that's
probably.
different.
Bring
I'm
it
not
warped
going to
into
say
the
we're
Rush
getting another
segment.
master rule
To
movie,
me,
but I think we'll
easy
get another
one if you
Yu-Gi-Oh
wanted
movie.
to go that route, if it was possible. Bonds Beyond Time 2, and we do the second half of
Yeah.
the shows, 4, 5, and 6.
The issue
To
with
me, that's
that,
the easy one.
it's so easy. But the issue with that
Gal-
is that they have never shown that they trust
they
anything
need
outside the
to
original series.
Start doing that. They need to start doing
Yeah, they just don't trust
that.
it.
Those series matter.
Agreed.
People love those characters.
Agreed.
New Yu-Gi-Oh matters.
Yeah.
New Yu-Gi-Oh
Well, and you know,
matters.
you already have a villain
Don't
for
do
Bonds
that.
Beyond
Why?
Time 2 as well.
What?
Because you have
I
Yuma,
knew you.
Yuya, and Yusaku take on Jean-Michel Raget. Because
Why
we
did
don't
I
know
not
what
read
happened.
I knew you were going.
But
there.
hear me out. No, really, hear me out. We have
You,
no idea.
you're telling me you would be happy with that.
I'd be thrilled. We have no idea.
You think
what-
he was good enough to do that?
Yes.
To be
We-
a movie villain.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I think he'd take the three of them to their limit. We have no idea what happened to Jean-Michel Raget. He goes through the wormhole. He becomes this. What if he gets teleported into this
Dead.
crate? No.
Dead.
I
was
mean,
gonna
maybe,
say-
but we don't know.
Here's the thing.
We don't
is
know.
That likely, if we're looking theoretically, like if you got sent through a wormhole, odds are you're getting pulled molecule for molecule.
Well, now hang on. What did
I'm
Yuga and
letting you-
Otis go through at the end of Sevens? They went through something similar.
Yuga
It
survived.
was
Right,
hyperspace.
and so
it was
did Otis.
hyperspace.
Right. So
he-
what
did
if
he-
Jean-Michel
did he
Raget
physically
well,
survive?
No, actually,
We don't know.
So you did not watch Arc 5, but this is Yu-Gi-Oh logic for you. Raget goes through a wormhole, but then so does like 7 other characters. They just get teleported to the XE's dimension. So Raget is probably alive, but we never see him
He
again.
has a cool design though. He is pretty dope.
No, and people think I'm crazy when I say this. I think he was the best villain in that show.
But that doesn't
Not including
speak
Yuri, not in-
highly of the villains of that show. That's the point you keep tossing under the rug.
He was. How crazy is that? And people, whenever I say it, people are like, you might be right. I think he was the best villain in Arc 5. I think he was
Is it the villains are that bad that this character that you
didn't-
clown
you
about
really
is the
didn't
best?
love
Yuri was
Michelle
good. Well, Yuri was good,
Roger.
but I don't even.
Yuri,
view-
hey, Yuri, I can understand where you're going with in terms of the villain status, but he was good.
he was very good,
Come
but his redemption was kind of crazy.
But that was everybody's redemption in that show.
Well, not Roger.
So you didn't like Zark at all. You didn't like Zark at all.
No,
Really?
I did not.
So you like Zark more than Akabaleo.
No,
So you like Akabaleo more.
I do. Yeah.
The guy that lost in like 30 seconds.
Well, no, he wasn't good. I mean, but he was. I think he was a better. Well, no, Zark was.
How do you feel about how he treated his wife by the end of the show?
Well, Himika, and that's the interesting thing about Arc 5.
Did Himika make the list?
An official
No.
summary, an official summary of like 128 or 129
I remember him.
said that Reiji finally realizes the plan that Himika has been following all along. That was an official summary. In that
Never
episode,
happened.
Himika never is
Never happened.
brought up, and
Never happened.
so-
Remember she smiles at the end? That was about it?
yeah. That's a plot line.
You don't
that
think I
they
know
just-
this Arc 5
so-
shit.
No,
I remember.
But I'm telling you,
this is the old days.
Himika was going to be working in cahoots with Leo. They completely changed that storyline. That was in an official summary. So that's not even like a conspiracy to say that Himika was somehow working with Leo. I think she definitely was. So how did he treat his wife? I think she was in on it, and they just changed the storyline.
I mean, maybe.
And we
We'll
know
never
that from the official summary.
We'll never
Well, Arc
officially
5
know
just
that.
got it was a whirlwind at the end. It was all over the place.
It was something. It's just about making people smile.
As soon as they got rid of Rajay, man, the show just kind of tapered a little bit. It did. I mean, you can't argue that.
Like, you can't argue that, which is sad, but at the same time, it's like, that's an insane thing to say, you know?
So anyway,
Jolt.
now you do know a lot about Arc 5. I know you
I
watched
do,
my
because that was
reviews.
our old days.
Yeah.
I watched everything.
Yeah. So I'll say this. I think you have your villain for BBT2, but I don't think that they will ever do it, unfortunately.
Okay.
But like, it doesn't have to be Roche. What if it's like a
An
mechanical
original,
version?
an original cat. No, we're not doing like make a
Sergey?
Frieza going on here. Like, I want an original character. For that. I think it'd be really cool.
An
You want to meet her?
original character would be
Oh, I
better.
did meet her. Yeah, I met
An original
her.
character would be better.
I think it'd be nice.
That's the mom, right?
I agree. Well, you had
Yeah.
what was cool about the first Bonds Beyond Time, which you should watch after 5D, is the villain of that was very closely tied with the final villain group of that show.
I mean,
So that's cool.
Yeah, and he even gets mentioned by name and by screenshot at the
Okay,
end of 5Ds. So like it ties in directly to that
That's
story.
really cool.
With Bonds Beyond Time 2, you wouldn't be able to do that, but
I
think
still think you could in a 2-hour movie you can do an original character that could be
Agreed.
just as terrifying.
well, Igami in Dark Side of Dimensions.
I'm just saying.
He was fantastic. So you definitely can. They're capable of it.
Who's
Yeah,
in DM?
they're capable. Fun stuff, man. Fun stuff.
There you go.
Damn.
Bonds Beyond Time 2. I love it.
BBT2.
Conversation.
Oh my
Ultimately, though,
gosh.
Dill, you're not crazy for wanting a movie.
Thank
yeah,
you.
no,
Thank you.
100%.
I think that was the point you were making at
Yeah,
one
that's
point.
how
so
we
I just
somehow
wanted to
got
let
in
you
that
know.
tangent.
That was the point. I was very surprised.
I like movies.
Yeah, and then we can all go to the cinema, rent
Oh,
out a
Fund
theater.
our own movie.
There is an anime movie coming out in February that I'm super hyped for. Haikyuu's got the
Haikyuu.
movie coming
I knew it
out.
was
I'm
gonna be
so
Haikyuu.
excited.
Haikyuu, the final
I
serve.
love watching just guys play volleyball.
I don't.
called?
Yeah.
I don't know. if that's
Haikyuu, the
title.
final serve. Of
I'm
course.
not sure that's the serve.
It's a volleyball.
That's a pretty
show.
good. That's a pretty good title.
That doesn't mean it's the title. Just
No,
because
of
it's a
course it is.
volleyball. No, that's you,
No, because
What are they quitting volleyball?
No, yeah, it's
Oh, it's
Oh yeah,
Hayami's
Graduation day.
retirement.
Graduation
who's?
day.
I'm sorry.
Hayami's.
Hayami's. Who the
Yeah.
fuck's Hayami?
The main girl.
No.
I thought the title.
There's
was
no
called-
main female character in the show. Nice try. There's a manager that's female.
I thought the sequel, the movie was going to be called Spike Back to Reality.
That wouldn't be too bad. I'm okay with that. That's better than first serve or final serve.
the
got
final
it.
serve flows
Does
better,
not
but
get
it's
better.
obviously way off base.
Dark Emperor J. Thank you for the $2 donation. Random question. Have you ever had those friends who hanged out more with their partner than you? One of my former friends told me that they won't hang out with me unless their partner comes. Jesus.
What?
No, I never have.
Wait,
To that
I'm
extent,
sorry.
no.
What?
Dark Emperor J, thank you for the $2 donation. Yeah, have you ever had those friends who hanged out more with their partner than with you?
I
Their
Yes.
partner.
I would
more
say
than
I was
you.
gonna say I would say yes. There's definitely people, and maybe it's not necessarily that like. I think most people, when they get into relationships, see their partner more than everyone else.
Right, and it
Wait,
depends on
but-
like when you say more.
No,
like,
but I think what Dark Emperor J is saying is that like meaning every time you go out and do things as friends, they bring their partner
that's a
along,
crazy statement.
which is a
I gotta reread
big
that.
which is
Where
a
is
big
that?
difference. Like
like I'm not going to come to said event
if my partner,
if my partner's. That's a crazy.
but there are
statement.
people that are like
No,
that.
no, I've met those
But
people.
There's
I've met those people.
also there's also
okay.
there's also people that like when they're in a relationship they just kind of disappear.
Yeah, they're in a tunnel. They don't see anything else.
That's one thing that I definitely have noticed in like you know, not every friend of mine, but some friends it happens where
Sure.
all of a sudden you don't see him for like 3, 4, 5 months, and you're
Yep.
not years, Nick Tate. And then you're just like
never know.
you kind of just like
Who's
oh
we haven't
like
seen for 5 years?
you see them one day and you're like damn like where have you been? And it's like oh you know just hanging out with so and so every day.
yeah.
And it's like, you know, you have friends too. You don't want to get too sucked up in it, but it does happen.
You need to have a good balance. If
It's
you don't
important.
have a good
Yeah.
balance,
then you're shot.
well, because
yeah, you're just going to get burnt out.
and you become
It's not,
codependent.
it's not healthy
yeah, and then you're absolutely devastated if it ends, where it's like
because it
you,
was your whole life.
you already
Yeah.
would be hurt,
Well-
but then it's like, oh, this is the actually ended up being the only person I had because I shut everybody else
well, I
out.
know people that have been in like long-term relationships and they kind of dismissed their friends
Yep.
and became friends with, you know, their partner's friends.
And then
They break up
Oh,
and now they
that's
have
the
no friends
worst.
because guess what? Their partner's friends are taking their partner, not them, as their friend. And then you're just kind of screwed and don't have anyone to hang out with.
Yep.
So I think it's always good to kind of have your own circle, even if it's not a main circle. Apart from like you know your significant other, it's always good to have your own friends, like not just you know mutuals or their friends.
I'll say this. I have been in these situations, have known people in these situations.
Mm-hmm.
I think it is a big red flag, and I don't use that word often because I think it's very overused. I think it's a big red flag when you're in the dating environment and that person does not have any friends.
Yeah.
I look at that and I go, what's going on there?
Yeah.
Like why? You don't have one friend? Like,
I've been there.
yeah, I don't. I don't.
Yeah, wait.
I don't think that's a. You're not setting up. You're not setting up
All right, it took me a
a,
second.
hel-
I
a
got it.
healthy.
I figured it out.
I knew you were going to say something,
That took me a
but I think it doesn't set up a healthy dynamic.
It does not.
All right.
It is after dark.
I agree. I agree. It's not healthy. I've never experienced that, so Yeah, but it's not healthy at all. What was Jamie's message?
Listen,
That was a great job. Good
No, it's
save.
I
fine.
very rarely cast shade.
No, but you're right. You're 100%
You can do whatever you
right.
want on
Whatever
After
I
Dark.
want. I'm God.
All right. Jamie's question was just a general question for everyone to have something silly going on. What is the funniest image, video, or just moment the crew has seen in their life? That's my one question, just for reminiscing.
As like
I don't think you want me to answer that.
I don't think I can't legally answer that
Yeah, I don't
question.
as
I can't legally
as
answer
a
that.
crew
one.
or like individually, like
Nah.
something that's happened within our friend group.
There's so much stuff that has happened that not only A, we probably can't say here.
I can't say half.
There's a
But
lot we
also,
can't.
but also B, there's probably so much shit we've forgotten
Oh,
because we've had
yeah.
all those moments.
Yeah, there's a lot. I mean, like I remember. A lot of moments, especially with these guys, I crying, laughing at a lot of things.
Yeah.
And sometimes I just forget what the thing is,
Oh,
but I
yeah.
always hold on to the feeling
That
of
you're laughing.
literally not being
Yeah.
able to breathe. So like
Like,
that
there's
happens.
been times where we've been in this basement, man, right? And like we're just
crying, laughing.
one of us is the butt of the joke, but the rest of us are like cackling and we can't breathe and we can't stop laughing.
damn it.
And it,
This is a pretty good one. Nick
I
T
made
said,
that
That's an
yes.
impressionist painting.
Nick T made this.
Yeah.
This
that was a good image.
This is me being painted by an impressionist
Wasn't that
painter.
wasn't that in
AI.
Paris? That was in
That was in
that
Paris.
was in the
not,
Louvre,
no, it was
wasn't
not
it?
in the Louvre.
No, yeah, there was a time where
It
it's like,
should be.
This was like when AI was first being introduced as like a tool for like creation. It's like, oh, generate yourself as an impressionist painting. And I remember, I don't. You probably have just the plain version, but I remember making an edit where
yeah,
obviously you look much older than you look now, and I remember putting
Also, that mustache.
What no pussy does to an MF.
Dixie, I want you to agree with me with something. Does he not, in a certain light, when you look at that, look like H.H. Holmes?
Yeah, no, he does. It's
does,
actually,
right?
It is
I mean, that
terrifying.
is crazy.
No, that I thought, dude. I remember sending you that image.
That is. So
I mean, I
funny.
think, honestly, some of the funniest things that happen with us are, and I think everybody here can relate,
Yeah.
when Dylan will randomly, whether in a group or individually, just send you the most random,
Videos,
Oh, yeah.
the
out of
videos,
context video.
Yep.
singing.
No idea what's going on. And some of those have just
Yep.
hit me in the perfect way where I'm like, I'm friends with this guy. Like, there's something really deeply wrong with him.
There was a night.
Like,
There was a night, and I don't know why it was just sent to Pete and I, but it was just sent to Pete and I.
remember this
where
one.
we got two videos
Oh
one
my
night.
God.
One regarding where he actually was and a situation that would have been very funny, but not.
Does it have to do with the wedding?
Yes.
Oh, yes,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah, I know what
Yes.
you're
Great,
talking
Yeah.
great moment.
Yeah. And then the other was unrelated to that.
Yeah, we can't give too much
The
context.
Those
ama-
two things
put it
you
this
can't
way:
get
the amount of shirtless videos I've got from Dylan of him almost
The
in the
shower.
shower,
How many shower
singing
ones?
is just it's
Okay.
unmatched.
Well, I'm going to defend myself here. I like
Good luck.
to try to brighten up my friend's day
you
by
do a good
sending
th-
some shower.
so I want to
videos.
look at you shirtless
well,
and nude. That what you're trying to tell me?
No,
Always,
hold on.
always
No,
up.
hold on.
They're
Hold
safe
on.
for
Of
work.
the shoulders
They're safe
up.
for work.
No,
Yes,
hold
of
on.
the
What about
shoulders
the one
up.
where he was
Shou-
not only in the shower, he had shampoo in his hair?
Yeah, I
Oh,
see.
yeah,
I got
yeah.
that one. I got that one.
Yeah.
And they're always shoulders up.
Well,
Yeah,
like
they're
chest.
they're
Okay,
they're
chest.
safe
Nip-
for work.
nipples
They're
up.
safe for
Nipples
work.
up.
Yeah,
Nipples
okay,
up.
stomach up.
The best is now that we're talking this tomorrow morning, we're all getting one.
Oh, yeah.
We're so done.
Yeah, I
I-
forgot. I
I
did that.
think-
Be careful. You
I
can't
think
like, sing
my
loudly.
I think my best like memories
I
with
can't
us
remember.
are just on the nights where it's like we don't really have a plan,
And
so we just
the
start
best.
talking,
The best.
and
Go
the next
crazy.
thing you know, everyone
We
like,
did that last Saturday.
Wait,
It
even-
was me, you, and him for like 3
Yeah,
hours.
even before this podcast, we were just sitting
Oh,
down
bullshit.
talking upstairs.
We
and
literally were distracted.
We started
yeah.
the podcast like 45 minutes later than we
'Cause
wanted
we
to
were
because we were
just having
cracking each
fun.
other up upstairs.
Well, that's
Yeah,
good.
it's-
That's my favorite thing.
I'll give one example.
Yeah,
if I
you're
may.
good, you're good.
One of the times that Dylan sends an out of context video in tears, right? I'm at my house just playing video games. It's like my night off.
Yeah.
And I was coming home late from work. So Calibro invited us over. His parents were gone when he was at his parents' house. And so I couldn't go over, right? And so Dylan just randomly, there's no context to this.
He just
situation.
realized what he did.
Just sends me a video if he goes, hey, so I just left Calibro's house. And he's in his car.
Oh
with the
my
car light.
God,
And he goes,
dude.
I took this framed picture of Calibro from the living room. Now, will he notice? How long is it going
Wait
to
a
take him to
minute.
notice? And I put it, and I snuck it out. I put it in this gym bag right here. And I took it. So I plan to put this in maybe several backgrounds of videos and just see if he ever catches on.
Do you remember?
Out of nowhere, he just sends me that video. I had tears rolling down my face as I'm watching this in my bedroom. I was
dying. Like those are moments I
got
live
home
for.
at 1 a.m. and I put that framed photo on my kitchen table and I went to bed. And I wake up and I go downstairs and I forgot it because I do crazy things. I forgot it happened. And my mom
That's a normal thing for you.
just goes, "Good morning. May I ask why there's a framed picture of Nick on our kitchen table?" I was.
That is good.
You know, Kathy didn't even blink.
No, she wasn't shocked.
I'm
She just
sure
kind
she
of like
chuckled.
lied.
I'm
Well,
sure
you
she
get in trouble.
chuckled.
Didn't your parents notice
No,
that?
remember I texted.
Holy
No,
shit.
you were still at my house after he had left.
Yeah, I was there for a while.
And I look up and I go, wow. My parents really took the picture of me down. Remember, I thought, I thought they took my picture down because my other 3 siblings were all up there, but it was like all perfectly aligned to where it was like, oh my god, like they just took my picture down.
I felt bad.
Like it's gone. So I said
think
that
I
to
saw
Nick T, and Nick T goes, oh my god, it's really gone. Like you're not wrong. Like we looked like around. I was like, whatever. And the next day I get a text from Dylan. He's like, hey, by the way, when you come over for the podcast, I have something for you. It's just a picture of me. I'm like, what the hell is going on here?
Well, because Nick T texted me and was like, "Hey man, he actually
that's
felt
right.
bad.
Yeah,
understandably so."
I
and
remember
I was like, "All
I
right, well
definitely
then."
told someone when that happened.
Yeah,
It
and I was like, "All right, well,
reached out to
I'm not cruel, so I'm not going to continue."
Have
that.
it
I mean-
go on for like a week thinking his parents really took down the photo.
Yeah.
Of him. Like
I'll let you know. I would have had that pick for a long time.
Yeah.
that's
You know what's even better? Like I probably would have forgotten about it like a little
next
while
day.
You've
later.
forgotten about a lot
and
over
then,
the years.
and then my parents would have been like, Nick, did you take your picture? Like, did you
Excuse
take
me?
it from our house?
you probably would have been blamed.
That was a great
Yeah.
memory. Or how about like we're about to leave for my birthday. Everyone's over, and I get a package right as we're about to leave. Perfect timing. And I open it, and it's just a cardboard cutout of Aaron Rodgers.
I mean,
no
I
context.
mean, that was for my birthday.
That was yours. That's
That was
right,
my
yours.
birthday,
That was
and
yours.
I didn't even know what to say to you.
Yeah, nobody
I really
did.
didn't.
Everyone was
I
amazed.
was just like, "There's no way you really did this."
Yeah.
Right? And he had been signed like the week before.
No, he wasn't even signed yet.
Oh, that's right. It wasn't. Didn't
He-
happen.
It hadn't happened
It was when he
yet.
did the what's playing in the headphones now.
Prematurely.
And as soon as he said, my intentions are to play for the New York Jets, Dylan ordered that cardboard cutout the same
Immediately.
day.
Yes, same day.
So that by that Friday,
It wasn't signed.
So let
Yeah.
me ask you a question.
Yes.
yeah.
So you can order that same day, no problem. It's
Yeah.
not even on the team.
Yep.
Your Halloween costume now. I will wait.
Yeah, I haven't ordered it yet.
Okay.
no, I don't believe that.
Explain,
I haven't.
explain that to me. Dredge, help me out.
I'm
Explain that to me.
Honestly, with Dylan, I
I'm concerned.
I actually expect the
The
unexpected.
party's.
I would have been more
soon.
I would have been more shocked if he had it. I'd be like, wait.
Yeah,
why do you
I
have it?
can't explain it either. I can't explain
I
it
got my
either.
memory, by the way. I figured it out. So I had a birthday party at my house when it was snowing. It, like it snowed like 2 feet
yeah.
the day before, and everyone. I'm like, I gotta cancel. My mom's like, nah,
was
it's
going.
probably a bad idea. You gotta cancel. I'm like, nah, I'm invited. So I invited like what was it, like 12 or 13
There's
dudes.
a lot of us.
That was
a
like the
lot of
best
us.
snowball fight.
We
of
had
my
the best
life, by the
snowball fight
way.
ever. It was so much
Best
fun.
forts we built.
But then,
Yeah, incredible.
but it doesn't even stop there. We go inside and we're just all hanging out. My mom made cookies. We were just I think we made pizza or something. But then Dylan, like we were all hanging out, and then Dylan just sneaks away into my back gaming room, and there was a PlayStation 2 in there, and
Three.
oh, it was PlayStation 3, yeah. And Dylan wanted to play some GTA, so
It was that night.
turns on GTA, and he was playing, so we left him there, and we're all hanging out. I forget what we were doing, like board games, and all of a sudden I'm like, wait, it's been like 2 hours. Like, where the hell is Dylan?
Hours.
I walk into that room. The guy's eyes are bloodshot, and he goes, "Where are these cops coming from? I can't kill all the cops. They keep coming back." I'm like, what is wrong with you?
I remember going into that room at some point, and he's like, after 20 minutes, they fall through the floor.
I was trying to like
And
stay alive for
and
as long
I remember
as
I went in there
possible.
with Dredge. I went,
Yeah,
"Dylan,
I
you
was-
realize they don't stop spawning, man."
Dylan looks so upset.
I know it was like a it was I mean I kind of blacked out from that night.
Yeah,
but
I bet you did.
I do remember it was a dark room, so my eyes were like
Fixated
bloodshot,
on the screen,
fixated on the
yeah.
screen, and yeah, it was scary, man.
All I remember, I don't think it was that night. I think it was a different Dredger sleepover.
Yeah, Jesus.
All I remember is us getting in trouble from your mom, and your mom was
Oh, the
cool
pillow
and all
pillow
that.
fort down the stairs.
That we
That
were
was same night.
We were just sledding down.
That was
the
it.
stairs.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, like,
that's
that
the
was
second part of the night.
so reckless.
So the second night, so
That
I
was
had
the
this
same night.
I had this. Yeah. Oh, there's a third part. That's the ending
Oh,
part, which
that's
you
my
all
favorite
know.
part. That's my favorite part.
man.
Yeah, but we like got all my there's like 4 or 5 couches down. We took all the pillows and put them on. We jumped down my stairs head first, where we could hit our head and like die and
Oh,
hit
it could've
this.
been serious.
It was bad. We were jumping. My mom got so pissed. We were
was
so
mad.
scared. So then-
Rightfully so.
So then, mind you, now it's 3 a.m. We have to go to sleep. So now it's 3 a.m. We're all on sleep bags on the floor in the living room or in another room, and all of a sudden, a certain someone,
DJ.
DJ. Producer
say it.
DJ decided he was going to be funny at 3 a.m. when everyone wanted to sleep.
No, I think it was later. I think it was.
Was it like
5.
4 a.m.?
I think it was
It's like 5 a.m.
It was like a 4:45.
And DJ would literally read the
It's
clock and count and go,
4:31.
it's 4:31. 3 plus 1 is 4. And he did like 10 minutes. I'm like, all right, I really got to go
did it
sleep.
for, like,
So I go,
15
he does it one more time and I go, DJ, if you do it one more time, I'm going to come up and beat the living shit out of you. Homie waits. He's like 5-second pause, dead silence. Before he could finish the fucking number, I was up with a pillow, beating, punching him, hitting him.
I was in favor. of
DJ's
it.
like, stop.
Everybody.
Dude,
was.
And then he was
sleep,
silent.
dude.
And then I go back and lay down, and he was silent the rest of the night. And I was like,
just remember-
oh my god.
I remember laying down in the dark and like DJ didn't make any noise. And I'm like, "Are you alive?"
That's what happened.
That
at
was
boy
an
sleepovers.
insane. That was a birthday sleep. I
DJ's
want to
here.
say that was
DJ
my
said he deserved it.
17.
We
did a lot of
17 to
stupid
16.
Well, a lot of people ask what happens at boy sleepovers.
We
That's
did a
what-
lot
That's
of
exactly
stupid
what
shit.
happened.
We just be scheming.
Wow. Yeah, that was good.
I have a distinct memory. I think it was me, Cal, and you, Dill.
Yeah.
And maybe Weir. But I remember
what's
we're
good?
playing MOB, the show franchise.
Okay.
We're playing it together like we did with Madden.
Yep.
But this asshole, and I mean Dylan, changed. This is when in MLB you could actually do fun
Oh,
things.
the stadiums?
Took out
The
all
songs.
the regular music
Oh,
and
all the
put in
music?
all custom music, which for the most part was just the Jonas Brothers. But then that's not the worst part. He would play the same 3 songs. So he had
Yep.
all these other songs loaded in there, but he selected only about
Yep.
3 of them. I think I heard Burn It Up, probably about 150 times
the
that
best
night.
part is
I
if,
was
like,
going to kill you.
is if like you pause the game, they play music as if it's coming from the speaker, so like distorted, you'd hear hot.
Yeah, it was like walk-up music.
Yeah.
I was going to kill you.
Wait, that not only that with the freaking custom
was-
Mario Kart boards with all the songs that he would put in
Garbage
it.
Day.
Yeah.
I mean,
And it was just like on a loop. Garbage day.
Can you
Yeah.
finish? Can you finish the race so we don't have to hear
Or
this?
like Kelly Clarkson, he had the one. I think it was Since You've Been Gone, but on the last lap it speeds up.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Never leaves when you're gone.
Yeah, Mario. So Mario
had
Kart
all
Wii, you could get custom tracks with the homebrew menu. I'm sure a couple of you guys know what
You have
that
to
is.
mod
You have
it
to
a
kind of mod the Wii, but I did that. My dad actually helped me with it. It was really all my dad, and we followed a YouTube video, and I actually got all these custom tracks. And the cool thing with that is you could go into the file on your SD card and change the music. So I could put in 1-minute song. So I would put in music for all the boards, and like they showed you how to do, because with Mario Kart, when you're on your 3rd lap, the song always speeds up. And there was a YouTube video that showed you how to do that in Audacity to get
pretty
the
easy.
same. Yeah, you just like set it to 1.7 times speed, distort it a little bit, and then it's basically like the final. So like, you know, you start a board and you just hear, when you walk away, I count the steps that you. And,
It was
and-
it was for the Goomba map. I
yeah, it
remember
was for the
giant Goomba.
the Google map, and then when you get to the final lap, yeah, when you're gone, the tears inside my heart, I'm missing you.
I just remember I remember that garbage day clip.
Oh,
Wait,
because
so
if you finished
if it was
Garbage
everybody had to
day.
finish. So if there was like a couple
Garbage
people left,
day.
it would just say that.
Yeah.
I think it
Garbage
started
day.
after the first person
Yep.
finished.
Yes.
Yep.
And I want to kill myself when that was going.
And that
on.
it would continue until like while you're looking at the standings as well. So
Yeah.
it would continue until the next
Yeah.
race.
Yeah, you were the worst with that shit.
Garbage
Like, you've
day.
always been a troll.
I'm trying to think, what were some other songs I used? Because I know.
I mean, I
used-
can think of
I
one
used Sin-
Sean
for
Kingston.
sure.
I
I
put a
used,
couple songs
I
in
used
Kingston.
Since You've Been Gone. Oh, Baby by Justin Bieber was one.
Yes.
Which
Which was a
Gomez.
huge song.
Oh, Naturally.
Naturally was a
Of
big
course.
one.
Yeah.
Everything
I'm trying to think what else.
Katy Perry,
loaded
I think you had
into
in there.
MLB the show. Other annoying songs.
A lot of Jonas Brothers.
Yeah, it was a lot of Jonas Brothers.
It was way too
Dude,
much.
Burn It Up
I'm
played
hot.
way too much.
Your code.
Remember when you did custom sounds for the fans?
Oh,
And
yeah.
Oh yeah,
Dude,
Yeah.
the best.
yeah,
best.
yeah.
That was
It's
a
sick.
good time. Jamie also went on to say, definitely want to keep up to date with the Rush. With Rush, the live theories seem so fun. Oh, the live theories are great, man. We come up
Oh,
with
yeah.
some kooky stuff. But Jamie, again, thank you so much.
Yeah.
And I
Jamie.
mean, listen, for those of you that don't know, we have been friends for all of us
Way
for
long
a
time.
very
A
long
long
time.
time.
Yeah.
lot of
Yeah.
memories. We probably haven't even scratched the surface.
Yeah.
Close. Not
No,
even close.
that's- No, we're gonna go to jail if we keep going.
No.
No, different
Nice.
memories, bro.
Oh, making memories.
Brian Ford, thank you for the $10
Brian.
donation.
Thank you,
Welcome
Brian.
back, Dylan. Thank you so much. Couldn't make it last time because life's been hectic, but I can make it today. On topic of if I want Rush or Master Duel, I really hope Yu-Gi-Oh! 9 is a Rush Duel anime just because I don't want a new method to have to deal with in the game. Really good
That's
point
fair.
there from Brian. And Brian, thank you so much for the donation. Thank you for the welcome back. I'm happy to be back. Still, slowly coming back. But
Yeah.
Brian kind of spells out the point that I said as well. I don't think they would do another Master Rule anime without a new mechanic or method. I don't think we're getting one. I don't think we should be
so.
getting one.
No.
It's just the
It's
game's
already
complicated
complicated as
enough.
is.
Exactly. So for that reason, I think Rush is the way to go for
Mm-hmm.
sure.
I think so too.
Limestone, thank you for the $2 donation. I remember early Arc 5 when Yuzu almost felt like the male character, and she was even given a rival to Masumi. Yeah, Masumi. Yeah, I mean, Limestone, I'll tell you, early on Yuzu, after the standard arc, I thought she was going to overtake Aki as the best girl in all of Yu-Gi-Oh! I mean, she was on that pace because of what she did in standard and how her character was progressing, learning fusions, developing, becoming a better version of herself, trying to figure out mysteries on her own. I mean, having that rivalry with Masumi, that was an awesome rivalry to see. I thought their trajectory after standard was literally 1 or 2 with Aki in that conversation. Now that Arc 5 is over, after Arc 5 was over and after Vrains was over, she's not even a top 10 girl. I mean, it's crazy. She's not even the best in her show. Serena, I think, is better. It's crazy the drop-off that she had after the standard arc. It really is a shame. But I agree with you, Limestone. She was wonderful for a bit early on. Jarek, thank you for the $2 donation. Appreciate it, buddy. If you were to be cast on a game show, what show do you think you would have the best odds at winning? If the show requires a duo, who among the panel would you choose?
Wait, what was the question?
If you were going to be on a game show, what game show do you think you have the best chance of winning?
Oh, okay.
And if it's a duo, I think the 5 of us on Family Feud would be
Dude,
a tie.
Oh,
Dude,
imagine
great.
the You Everything podcast on Family Feud
Oh my god.
with Steve Harvey too. It has to be Steve
It has to
Harvey.
be Steve
Oh, that
Harvey.
would be
That would be-
electric.
Oh my god,
It would be
I
fun.
don't know if we would
I'd
win,
show him
but
my
it would be a
gritty.
good time.
It'd be a great time.
Steve, I can do the gritty if you want to see.
Really?
No, so
Show us.
best game show. Well, the one that came to my mind was Whammy because that's luck based, and I think
You have the best
it,
luck.
It'd have to be a luck based game because I don't think I'm smart enough to be on like a trivia centric
if
game.
it's
I got
trivia,
I'm ready
I got
over
Pete.
here. I love mine.
It's trivia.
You guys remember
excited.
remember that show Dog Eat Dog?
Vaguely.
Dog Eat Dog was a show where there's like 6 contestants and you had to like choose to challenge in like some kind of physical
that's
task.
Right, yeah.
I would love to.
I
I would.
thought you were gonna say
and there are
Gladiator
No, I'm not
or
that.
American Ninja Warrior.
No, that show's just difficult. Like Dog
I
Eat Dog
could
is
see
like
you
actually
doing that. I
possible.
could see you doing it. That game.
Dog Eat
that-
Dog, though.
American Ninja Warrior is all about strategy, though. It's
Yeah.
100% strategy.
I'm more of a beat people up and ask questions later.
So Gladiator, I think I'd pick Whammy.
Whammy's good. Cal?
I'm thinking right now.
Okay,
I'm
Nick
try-
T?
I
I
would
can't.
say your Price is Right. You got the numbers thing unlocked.
Wow, going right to the
Oh.
account.
Oh,
stuff.
I'm gonna change mine to. I love prices.
I
Right.
think.
But
I
would you be
actually
good
think
at it?
Price is Right. I'd be pretty good at.
He the Barney Stinson of it.
I would be pretty good at Price is Right. I actually do think that would be the one.
And yes, Jamie, Wipeout is still going on. I saw a
Yeah.
commercial for John Cena.
No, John Cena's announced.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. Nixie, what about you?
oh,
John Cena.
Pete, do you have one?
Yeah, I actually.
Jeopardy.
I don't know. I feel
Jeopardy?
like I
I'd go
feel like
Pete
I'd
for
be
Jeopardy.
pretty. Jeopardy be fun.
Yeah.
I feel like I'd be good at the Cube. You ever watch
The
the
Cube?
Cube
With,
Dwayne Wade?
Is that the
yeah.
one with the tasks like in the middle?
Yeah, and it's like there's a whole bunch of different things, and
I
you
feel
do
like
that.
I could
you
do
do
that.
that
I like that.
a lot of times as a partner. I would pick you,
Yeah.
Cal.
Hell
I
yeah.
feel like we can do that.
I
I
think
feel like
so.
there's tasks that we
Should
can
I
do
call
it.
D Wade up?
And well, you get him as a lifeline for one of the tasks.
That's
So,
hilarious.
like, I feel
I'd
like
make that
we
call.
could do it. I think we could do
I
it.
like that pick. That's a good one. Nick T, do you have any idea?
I don't.
Nick T's good at everything, so.
Wheel of Fortune.
Okay.
Oh, that's a
I'm a
good
big
one.
guy in phrases
No.
and words. I think I
I-
could nail that.
I think you'd be great at Wheel of Fortune, but there was also that one show where you had to guess like music based on like the
Oh
my God,
forget the lyric,
It's
right?
like-
Was it
Name
forget
that
the
well, there's
lyric?
the
Name
forget the
that
lyric one,
song.
and there's the other one where it's like they just play like one instrument and they play like a 15,
Oh, I
20
could do
second
that.
clip.
I could do
I
that.
feel like
Whatever
you'd
that
be
is, I could do
really
it.
good at that.
What's the game where
What is it?
3 people go up against that really like big British
Oh, the pyramid.
dude?
Oh no, the chase.
What are you
Chase.
Yeah, the
Chase,
chase. I think you 3 would be
I
good
don't
at
want
that.
it. I don't want to be
Me-
chased by anybody.
Me and Pete might be. Me, Pete, and give me Cal.
What the
We might make it.
he just kicked Nick T right
He's
off.
right down. Bro,
Nick T be good at Squid Game. It's okay.
I'd be great at Squid
I
Game.
think I'd be good at
I'd be
Squid
the
Game.
old man. No, actually, I can't say
No. Well, you could. It's after dark.
that. Yeah.
Say whatever you want.
I know.
Jared
no,
was obviously
not because
on
it's
Jeopardy.
controversial, but
Yeah,
because
which
it's
is awesome.
a spoiler.
He's the only person I know in my life that's been on a game show. I don't know anyone else.
I did Family Feud at Ryder.
Oh,
That doesn't count.
Did you win?
and I did bar trivia
came
at Dublin
second.
House.
I know you didn't.
All right,
That was
that's-
a little
Hold
cold.
on,
You know
hold
what's
on.
scary is you probably
No,
didn't
hold
even
on.
do that.
He would know. If
Yeah,
you did
I
bar
would
trivia at
know.
Dublin
I would
House,
know.
yeah.
I have all the records.
You could have picked anywhere, and you picked
They
Dublin
actually
House.
have trivia night all the time. Yeah. So
DJ.
Oh, was my me too? Alternate
can
ending?
al- they also
Bro, they got
have-
great
they do
smash
it at,
burgers.
on the
Their
deck.
smash burger.
The one
and
that's
it's
on
also
water.
the place in
First
Union
up,
Beach
First
too.
up
What's that
pizza's
called?
good, too.
Dowlings.
Oh,
do
Dowlings.
that
Yeah,
too.
Good.
Dowlings.
You like it?
I was at Dowlings recently.
Oh, I forgot you were
Really?
close to that, though.
Maybe we'll cross
Yeah.
paths. I'm in there sometimes.
Yeah.
We
Or we
probably
could just go
could.
together,
It would
bro.
probably
I mean,
hurt
we
too.
could.
Yeah.
I mean, if you
Good
mentioned
question.
the like, guess things by sound. Remember when there was that app or like that game that everyone was
Well,
playing?
we played the Pandora
Remember when we
game.
played the
No,
Pandora
the Pandora game was a lot of
Pandora
fun.
game was
But no, there was
hard.
there was an
That was
official
hard.
one. They're like
There was.
Yeah, I forgot what it was
remember
called.
Weir would always
Oh, well,
challenge
there's like
me to
a-
it.
I was so good at.
There's
it.
Oh my
one
God,
now
that's right.
that's-
What was that called?
He
there's
picked like the EDM artists. I'm like, all right, well, he's got me beat.
There's
It's
one.
got-
I don't know who
There's one that's
Squishmallow
like
is,
called
you know?
Hurdle on the internet. It's like Wordle, but you listen to like the first certain amount of seconds of a song, and then you can guess the
Oh,
song.
I would
name.
fuck that up.
Yeah.
I would.
We'll do it
yeah.
after this.
Let's do it.
We're happy you guys are enjoying watching at home. We appreciate it. Again, normally this would be our slot to do Crazy Eights. For those wondering why we're not, the episode has not been released yet. Subbed. The main subber of the Entame subs team was out of the state for pretty much the whole weekend, so that was to be expected. But I know we didn't do a stream 4 Wednesdays ago, so we didn't want to just leave you with nothing. So
Exactly.
there won't be a Crazy Eights for episode 82, but we will certainly be back hopefully next week with it. And
Yeah.
I'll do a watch along probably tomorrow night for the episode for those interested. Do we have any super chats?
Yeah.
Appreciate that. Everyone who's here, everyone who's donated, everyone who's super chatted. Thank you. We are 50 days away. I guess I should announce this right now. I kind
Announce
of
it.
told you guys about it,
Oh, yeah.
which kind of stinks. As for Jump Festa, I'm not. I'm leaning towards not being able to do a big event for it, which sucks. But the reason for that is I met with my doctor today, and they told me that for marathon streams, basically what happened is I asked, I want to, I usually
Stream
do
and yell
marathon
for 8 hours
streams.
straight.
Yeah, I usually do marathon streams.
could be it.
Like I can't, I can't whisper and yell until like late November. But what about like long streams like that? And they were like, well, what do you mean? And I'm like, well, it's a stream where I talk for 8, 12, 24 hours straight. And they were like, that's a thing? I was like, yes, it is. And they told me that
They don't recommend
probably
it.
shouldn't do that
Yeah.
Ever
for
again.
at least like 3 months.
Yeah, a long time.
That can change, and it might change. I do have a follow-up in mid-December, but
well, like December 13th or
it's
something.
like,
right?
it's literally like right. It's
I think it's the
week
day before. Is it the day before or
It's
something?
Wednesday.
Oh, the Wednesday. So it's
again.
the Wednesday before.
So as of now, I don't know if I'm hoping I will be able to go live for like an hour, but that's kind of
That'd be good enough to get the
up
news.
in the air. Yeah. So just an update on that. But either way, we are 50 days away. It's going to be exciting. I'm going to do whatever I can to try to make it happen, but very, very exciting stuff. So we appreciate you being here tonight, and it's going to be a big 2 months for Yu-Gi-Oh, man. It really is. Go Rush
50
winding
days.
down. Yu-Gi-Oh 9 coming. Very exciting. All right, Cal. I'm cutting open a piece of that Diamondbacks.
I was wondering when you were going to do it.
Time and
Red
back.
October,
And
baby.
also thank you to Nick T.
You're welcome.
We have a member for 46 months at Slay for Red. That is yours truly, Cal Breezy. Nearly 4 years. Almost.
I mean,
Almost.
why have you stayed this long?
I don't know.
After
The
dark,
comment was
Cal.
simply, after dark.
Oh,
In all caps.
The Dearborn sticker, isn't it? No. The other side?
Till, please.
This does not look like it's going to go well. Is it the Dearborn sticker?
The sticker. It's the sticker.
I said that.
Oh, my goodness.
twice. What do you want?
Tyler DeBoer has been a member for 1 month at Raw Yellow.
Thank you, Tyler.
First off, welcome back, Dill. Second, in keeping with the Kawaii Duel world, I'm working on drawing a shoujo romance manga version of Mitsuko and Zuijou.
I would read the hell out of
They're
that.
in love in that one.
Apparently, Ivory is getting a tattoo for her birthday.
It's a face tattoo.
Now is
Of Nick Merckx.
Can you ask if Mitsuko is going to be is it going to be the same dynamic? Zuijou rejecting her?
No, they're in love.
That could it's a
In my mind,
romance.
they're in
So
love.
It could be unrequited. Like I mean, like romance. Like
in my eyes, it's like maybe she's gaining Zuijou's affection.
Yeah, she scored.
yeah,
she scored.
Skewer.
He's like a Fabio character in this.
Okay.
He comes in, he hits the jukebox.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
what's going on? You know?
Oh my god.
Thank you, Tyler.
That'd be sick.
We got
The
5.
Diamondback cake.
We got 5 pounds from Alan Wilkinson.
Thank you, Alan.
And Alan said,
Actually, looks good.
prediction: somehow, Yami Bakura has returned. The Thief King, when encountered, describes Rush Duels as cute.
Bruh.
That would be interesting.
I mean, I do love,
I
Bakura's
do like
great.
Yami Bakura. So.
I have a Bakura shirt.
Tyler again?
Love that guy.
Yes.
That's another one he's writing?
No, that wasn't Tyler. That was Alan Wilkinson.
Alan Wilkinson.
Tyler was one before.
You gonna cut me a piece or no?
Rush tools are cute.
Thank you,
Oh,
Alan.
thank you.
Thank
for a
you.
second.
Dylan is very, very intricately working on how to cut a cake.
He's always distracted by any kind of
Judge.
sugar.
Hold off for now reading the super chat.
Judge, I think you
Yes,
messed
sir.
up something with the copy and paste over here.
Why is that?
Because it says a name and then a member and then a dollar amount.
Wait, what?
Maybe you shouldn't put a message. You ever think of that?
No, because I know this is from the same person, so I don't know what this is from.
He's blogging you on purpose. I'm not sure, to be honest with
okay.
you. It should have copy and paste.
Dylan can check it.
No,
on
I
his
think
end.
it's right. I just don't know where that piece of it came from.
Yeah, I don't know. Great question.
I don't know. But anyway,
The whole thing's
Dylan's
shots.
almost done cutting this cake. Are you cutting pieces for everyone, or are you just cutting your own?
Okay.
That's for Pete.
I'm going to let Judge answer that.
Yes, he's cutting piece for everybody.
Okay.
Just continue chatting.
All right.
Get to that one later.
We got a $2 super chat from Natalie into the brains.
Into the brains.
Natalie.
Natalie said, Dylan's going to get a Taylor cutout like Selena.
Selena.
I got to keep my eye out for Selena.
I'm getting a Travis Kelce cutout, bro.
Well, I will say, in a bet that Pete made with Dylan, I'm ultimately going to be catching a
So-
stray here. Oh, do you want to interrupt? You can go ahead.
Well, I wanted to respond to the Taylor Swift accusation.
Okay, yeah.
Accusation.
I am not getting a Taylor Swift cutout. If I do get another cardboard cutout of a girl
Here.
celebrity, it will be an older Selena Gomez.
Here, Cal.
Saoirse Ronan.
Oh my God, yes.
No.
My
No,
queen.
it's yours.
Thank
Roger.
you.
I got you,
Oh
bro.
my God.
Take it.
Anyway, what I was saying
Or as Dill
before,
says, Cersei Ronan.
Listen.
Sorry, go.
what I
No,
was
it's a
saying
good one.
before,
That's
That's all
You
you gotta
made
do.
that for
Give me,
you.
give
Give
me
me
a
that-
good
that's
Irish
yours.
woman. That's all I'm looking for.
that's fair.
That's all I'm looking for.
What I was saying before is
There you
that
go.
Dylan
Catching a
made
stray.
it basically made a bet with Pete, and I'm catching a stray in involvement. And after we hit the new year, me and Pete are going to have to purchase jerseys that we don't want.
No, you
football
were part of-
jerseys.
you were
I
part of the
I
bet.
wasn't there, but it's
Mhm.
fine.
I was not there.
And Dylan decided that
what's
the
happening?
actually, should I even say it, or should we just wait until I
Say it.
have to get it? Because Dylan's gonna make me buy a Chiefs jersey, but with the last name Swift,
Oh,
That's fire.
because
actually.
of Travis
you know how much
Kelce
that
and
costs
Taylor
to
Swift.
customize a jersey like
It'll
that?
be like $200.
Go on Alibaba.com and get one. I'm sure it exists.
They do have a lot of like overseas jersey sales sites
Yeah,
that are a lot
dude,
cheaper.
yeah.
All right, Dylan.
AliExpress.
I do know that exists.
Yeah.
I do know that.
That's what I mean. That's what. Yeah, it's the same thing. Same company.
Oh, it's just shortened in the,
Yeah.
the web name.
Yeah, yep.
That makes sense. But yeah, so I'll probably be wearing that at some point, unfortunately.
Yeah, if you actually got to work since you live here.
Yeah, how are you doing on that?
I don't live here.
Okay, I didn't make the bet.
you were part. You were part of the bet.
I think I was sitting here like, mm-hmm,
You were part of the bet.
that makes sense. Anyway, we got $10 from Sean Gilbride.
Thanks, Sean. How you doing, Chief?
Sean said, "Welcome back, Dylan. At the beginning of the month, I got second place out of 6 bowlers in my regional bowling competition with a 2-game score of 211,
Congrats.
115, and a 96.
Damn.
Oh my God, that's good. Sean, nice job,
Great
man.
job, Sean.
Congrats on second.
Yeah, that's awesome.
We used to all bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot. We used to be in a league. Me, Pete, Cal, and our friend
You can say his name.
Weir?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't really know him, so it's understandable to not say it.
It helps with the lore.
It does help with the lore.
If you're keeping track of the lore, it helps.
Exactly. But, oh, yeah, and then he comes
good
on for
cake,
whatever
bro.
His
reason.
butt
they'll be
cake is
"Oh,
delicious."
yeah, that guy.
I'll just say I saved this team's bacon many times as the anchor of the team.
You're a good anchor.
All I want to say is I came into the bowling not really bowling at all, and I came out a pretty good bowler. So
Into the Brunswick.
I'm gonna skip ahead real quick because
Cal was more interested in macking it with the people that were next to him.
hey, I did a good job.
There were these. Yeah, let me tell that story. There were
No. I'm gonna jump ahead a little bit because Ivrea is here and she's a member for 21 months. It's
Thank you,
like-
Ivrea. Thank you.
Many of you guys don't know this, but today is their anniversary.
Yeah.
It
Yes.
is. There was an Instagram
Happy
post out
anniversary.
years ago.
However, Ivrea, the cake, as
Happy
you're
anniversary.
asking what it's for, is not for your anniversary.
Sorry,
No,
Ivrea.
that would
Dylan-
be ridiculous.
Yeah, that
wouldn't
would
it
be him. Sorry,
That'd be
Dylan, what is the
ridiculous.
cake actually for?
The cake is for, well, listen.
The end of Red October.
Yeah, the end of Red October. Nick T came
Red October,
on the
baby.
podcast last Wednesday night. He said that. He said, Red October, baby. Phillies were up 2-0.
I cursed him.
And he cursed them.
Thank you.
Phillies then choked out of the playoffs, and so we're celebrating.
Let's talk
The,
about the fact
Now,
that the
you're
Phillies
gonna tell me you
are
also
dead in
did
the water.
something for the anniversary. Right?
We exchanged gifts, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll make sure.
Was yours really bad? Did you get a really bad gift?
No, I thought it was a good gift.
So that means, what was it, Dill? Tell me.
Was it a gag gift?
No. It was a live WWE event, front row tickets.
Again?
Ringside.
Okay.
Which one you going to?
It's a live event, so it's a Sunday.
So you're gonna. Oh wow.
Yeah, so it's a house show.
Oh, nice.
Very nice.
Yeah.
All right.
You gonna see Rhea?
I don't know who's gonna be there. Maybe.
Ivrea's gonna faint if Ripley is.
Imagine
Well,
everyone-
we're literally ringside on the aisle.
Put your hand
so
out. Touch it.
Yeah, they're gonna walk right past
Oh
us.
my God.
That's a good gift.
Yeah.
If Mommy Ripley touches Ivrea.
Yeah, Ivrea will.
That'll
faint.
be the end.
I
of it.
would. I would faint.
I don't know if Mommy Rhea is gonna be there.
I hope
Why
she is.
wouldn't she be?
No, it's a house show, so I think it's like a coin flip for all the stars.
Mommy does whatever she wants.
Exactly.
That is true.
Mommy's gonna know Ivrea's gonna be there.
Ajobi's gonna be there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, Vree, thank you for being a member.
Yeah,
Thank
happy
you.
anniversary.
And happy anniversary once
Anniversary.
again. We got $5 Canadian from SinCloud.
Thank you, Sin.
Thank you,
SinCloud
Sin.
said, "Hey, glad to be back. Subscribe for epic GTA videos. Already uploaded one."
Let's
This
go.
guy's
back.
He's back and better than ever.
Shin, love it. I will definitely be subscribing. Happy to hear from you. Happy you're back, and awesome. Some great GTA content from SinCloud.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Love it.
We got $5 more from Natalie into the Brains.
Thank you, Natalie.
And I said, I really wish there was a Crunchyroll equivalent for Bridge anime, to be honest. I would pay to see this anime. Accessibility can definitely be an issue.
She is right on the money because
Did he play Cha-Ching?
accessibility not being, an issue would bring so many more people, I think, to watching the show. I think a
Yeah.
lot of reason people don't watch it is because they don't want to traverse these weird sites,
I don't blame them.
Can you
I don't blame them either.
Yeah, I think so,
So-
100%.
And I think even say the Sevens dub, excuse me, almost was like a not too little too late per se, but it's still out of the way from major streaming platforms. Like it being like on the Disney XD website isn't entirely helpful for it.
It's an anime. I know they want to treat it as like a cartoon, like a young cartoon in the same vein, but it is an anime, and I think even the dub being on Crunchyroll for Sevens would get more traffic than Disney XD.
Again,
Yeah.
because I would consider like that is the main premium subscription service for anime.
But even the Zexel subs are not on Crunchyroll.
Well,
so
that's a whole other thing though.
yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, we're out there just watching them illegally. Yeah. What we do?
Hey, man, you got to do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying?
Also,
Check the
that
link, baby.
You can check it right here if you want.
Maddie, thank you so much, man, for the $100 super chat.
God damn.
Happy anniversary, Dylan Ivrea. Maddie, thank you so much. You are an incredible human being, a great friend. I don't know if Ivrea is still here. I think she is. So, yeah.
She is.
How do you?
Oh, Ivrea said Maddie's nicer than you.
What do you? I mean, what comment is that?
Anniversary.
Well, in her defense, she said she saw you twice today.
Why is that?
Dylan, did you work from home today?
He didn't
Dylan
want-
doesn't work, bro.
Oh, I forgot. I'm sorry, you're not
work.
working.
I'm still on disability. Yes.
So you're disabled, but you only saw Ivrea twice.
Well, I was running errands.
I think
What'd you
we
do?
At 10.
What did you do? Wait,
want-
no.
do you
Let's
want
give
to
him
buy
a
a cake?
chance.
Sure.
Okay.
I'll tell you what I did.
What'd you do?
I
Explain.
woke up
What time?
9:30
Okay,
a.m.
gotcha.
That's early for you.
Took
That's pretty
Ivria's
good.
car and put air in her tires because
Okay.
she's been saying she needed air.
Okay.
Her
How
car-
long did that take? About 30 minutes?
Took about 10 minutes. Her-
Would you go
10
Wawa?
minutes. Okay.
no, I went to Craig's. Her car was close to empty, so I filled it up without her asking.
Wow.
Nice.
I picked
nice,
up
okay.
2 bacon, egg, and cheeses, one for me, one for her,
Nice.
without
okay.
her asking.
Okay.
And
Good with me on that one.
no problem. And gave it to her. We exchanged gifts. I gave her the gift, and then I took a nap, and then I worked on some videos.
Nice.
You know, that's fair. That's fair.
He
How about-
spent
how
he
about
spent
that?
half the day with her. I'll
How
give him
about
that.
this? I'll give you this opportunity.
Uh-oh. Can't be good.
You know, it's not always bad with me, bud. So it's been 2 years.
Yeah.
What could you briefly describe what these 2 years have meant to you?
Wow.
Wow.
You're setting him up for this is a right down the middle, like this.
No, I mean, listen. This is officially, believe it or not, my longest relationship.
Yeah, I do believe
Which
it.
is So, no, I mean, she's been an absolute wonderful person. She's helped me a lot in my own growth with the channel.
I would say
support in my career, and yeah, I mean, she's been amazing. She really has been. For her to sacrifice as much as she did to leave her state of Texas to move to New Jersey, I'll never be able to thank her enough for that, because I was always going to be stubborn on that, where I was never going to leave this area, the northeast of the U.S. And I told her that very early on, and I know she made a huge sacrifice in doing that, so I'll always be grateful for her. I really do admire her independence as well. She's so independent, which is something I didn't really have in my last relationship at all.
Not even a
at
little.
all.
Not even a little.
So thank God for that.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, and I mean, she's great. She's very flexible in terms of plans and changing things, and I have a very chaotic life, as I'm sure everybody who watches my channel knows. I have a very chaotic life. The full-time job, the streaming, the Twitch, the YouTube, the videos. I mean, it's crazy. For social life, still I want to balance a relationship with her, and this stuff was always viewed as a negative and a hindrance in my last relationship by my last girlfriend. She does not view it that way at all, and that's super important, and I can't stress that enough. So I'm very grateful for her. Yeah.
Wow.
It's been a great 2 years.
Well said. Well said.
Thank you.
Well said.
It's been a great 2 years.
many more.
To many more.
Well said.
To many more, yes. Thank you for the question.
That's
That's what I'm here for.
Appreciate
That was
it.
a good softball.
That was-
That's what I'm here for.
It was.
You hit
It
it out
was.
of the park
It
with
was.
that
Oh,
one.
thank you,
Yeah,
thank you,
You did a
thank
good
you.
job. We got $5 from Gravity Hero.
Thank you, Grav.
Thank you,
Gravity.
Gravity
you,
Hero
Gravity.
said, the more I think about it, the more that I think about the less I like you say versus Team Unicorn.
So he likes Team Unicorn more? Is that what I'm getting from that?
No, I think the
No, they like you say less versus Team Unicorn.
So
So
I did a video, top 10 most disliked duels. That was one of them. You say versus Team Unicorn. That's the duel where.
I know. They'll both get knocked out, and then Yusei just solo.
No. The guy just needs to end his, and the guy just needs to end his turn. And
Yeah.
Yusei doesn't have any more cards left to draw.
Yeah.
And Yusei makes a speech, and then he
Yeah.
tries to combo, and then Yusei beats him on a counter trap. Yeah.
Yeah, he had him there.
I end my turn. Oh, Team Unicorn wins! They win! No, I can't yell. Sorry.
Whoa.
Sorry.
You
Whoa.
gotta relax yourself.
That's all we needed to do.
Your doctors had like
See,
felt
this is
something.
why.
Yeah,
This is why
there's
you
a
can't-
disturbance in the
you
force.
can't. You can't bring these duels up. I can't talk about Battle Beast. There's
Yo, you a
topics.
big fan of Battle Beasts?
No, there's topics I have to stay away from. That is one of them.
Those are
Gravity
moments-
Hero. I agree.
I'm not obviously familiar with that part because I'm not in 5Ds in that
Yeah.
part. But there are moments that do frustrate me in shows where I'm like, if you wanted to have
could have
this outcome, we needed to have better writing to lead up to it.
Yep.
When you write the hero into a corner, you can't stop with the plot armor. And ridiculous plot armor.
Ridiculous.
They can't get out of it.
Ridiculous.
And that's where sometimes there's moments that could break a show for me where I'm like, that is terrible.
That was the
Like,
only. That was the only duel that was the only duel from 5Ds that was on that list. And there's none
Which
others
is
that
good.
are
At
really
least there's
close.
only one.
Yeah, there's none of those that are really that
But
close.
you know what I'm talking about with shows where
Oh,
it's
yeah.
just
Oh,
like,
all the time.
come on,
It's like if they didn't put them
man.
in this situation, we wouldn't need the plot armor.
No.
I would have. To me, it would have been better if Yusei draws his final card. He's got no cards left. They make a point of it, and then he wins on his turn. But
or
to-
he loses because then you
Right.
could build off of that.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay to lose. Sometimes.
It's also a very unique way to lose. I feel like, especially in the show, like running out of cards.
It's like, yeah, that's
And
It'd be almost like a
even
do
though
you
I don't
lose
know
or do
what
you just run out
episode
of
that's
cards,
in.
You know?
exactly.
a similar thing is they try to do when he's in jail in like episodes 10 and 11 or 9 and 10, whatever it is, where the prison guy's deck is to outdeck Yusei. Like,
Yeah.
that's the entire part.
Yep.
So it's nice that, okay, he triumphed there. Then if he lost to the same thing, it's a little more realistic.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. So, Maddie, I want to thank you. Gravity Hero, thank you. Thank you for the very generous super chat.
Crazy.
Yes.
And to Jamie, who shared, I do want to leave a little piece of advice because I know when you're going through a breakup, probably the last thing you want to hear is somebody gushing about their successful.
True,
I mean,
true.
maybe not, but
Sometimes it's hard.
yeah, so I do want to just kind of circle back to that, and to anyone that's maybe going through it right now with a breakup, a friendship ending, whatever. As I dated somebody, I've dated 2 people before Ivrea, and I thought for a very long time, how do I want to word this? I thought when those relationships ended that those people, as I was dating them, were right for me. Obviously, they were not. If a relationship ends, it's because it should have ended, and I truly do believe that. And you will find somebody that's much better for your life, future, lifestyle, dynamic, personality. You will. It might not be the next person you date, but for me, it wasn't after my first breakup, but you absolutely will. There's thousands, for every single person, there's thousands and thousands of people that you can live a very happy relationship life with.
Yeah.
Truly, I don't believe in the one or anything like that. I think you kind of back yourself into a corner if you think that.
Yeah.
There's thousands of people that you can successfully be compatible with and live a very happy life with. Finding one of them is tricky, though. But just because it didn't work out with somebody doesn't mean that they were the one. You missed your chance. That's not the case at all. It failed because it should have failed, and it'll be better for you in the long run.
And I think, just to piggyback on that real quick, because I saw a comment there, that doesn't mean you don't give people second chances. I saw someone write, that means you don't give people, no. Usually when a breakup occurs, it's usually not like the
It's
first
usually the last
thing.
straw.
It is usually like multiple things have happened, or
Yeah.
it's very rare it's just one thing, and then boom, you break up some, right? There's usually a history, a pattern. You realize and even afterwards, you're like, wow, there was so many like things I should have noticed, right?
Yeah.
So giving second chance isn't always a bad thing. Unfortunately, sometimes it still comes back to bite you in the you know what. But no, I don't think just to pick up that you can give second chances, but just always, as Dylan said, sometimes someone's not right for you, and that's
There's
okay.
also a
So,
limit to who you should give a second
Agreed.
chance in terms of what they did to you or what happened between the two of you. Sometimes the way you're treated by someone, they don't deserve a second chance. Like I think second chances are like they're not an automatic. Like I'm not going to give everyone a second chance, but I start out on the base level of I'll give them a second chance, and if they show me a reason not to, then they're not getting one.
Yeah.
That's the way I look at it.
Yep.
Yeah, 100% agree. Severity is so important, I think,
Yeah.
right? If they cheat on you, that's a lot different than communication wasn't the best.
Or
you
if
know?
it's like wrong place, like right person, wrong time.
Which
situation.
Which I don't believe in that, but yes,
But you
there
know what I
are.
mean? Like,
yeah,
someone-
yeah.
If the timing is wrong, they just weren't the right person.
Right,
Yeah.
that's
but
what I
like, what I
believe.
mean is like if there's just a point in your life where it's like it doesn't feasibly make sense. Say, you moved to California and an old girlfriend was living in Maine, and it's like you can't afford to visit each other, and you just don't think it's worth. Say you've been dating
and
6
you
months.
amicably break
Yeah,
up.
like
Right.
it's more of like a. You know what? Let's go our separate ways now, and the second chance might be when we're back closer to each other.
Yeah, yeah.
Could be years down the road.
Like a lot of people do that. I feel like with like college, like you go away to college, it's like, okay, you're gonna be in Florida, I'm gonna be in I don't know
Chicago.
Oregon,
Oregon.
and it's like
Who the hell goes to school?
I don't know
Oregon.
The Ducks.
University
He
of
likes
Oregon's a big
Ducks.
college.
The only thing that's there is the Oregon Trail.
Eugene, Oregon. You never been?
Eugene, Oregon's?
Okay.
Seattle.
That's
Point
Washington.
being,
That's not even
sometimes
close.
distance can be a reason. Other times it isn't. But, like, there's always a reason
Yikes.
to or not to give somebody a second chance. I think.
Fair.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
If I was to say one thing, to
Yeah,
this,
of course.
Yeah.
I think you don't want to hear all the generic stuff, right? But what I will say, looking more to the future of finding someone else, I think one, you have to believe it. It's a very hard concept, especially when you're going right through a breakup, because at least I'll speak for me personally. Like you think there is nobody else for you after that,
Right.
So that is a very hard concept to get over at first.
Absolutely.
And then you have to be open to all walks of life that you could potentially. I mean, did you think you're celebrating your anniversary? Think about the ridiculously low odds of how you found that.
Someone that came in your
I mean, like,
chat.
that and not even
know.
to that hard of a degree, right? That low of a percentage, but anyone could be out there in any walk of life, and I think it's important to open yourselves up to that and not look for someone in one specific medium or one specific friend group. Like, you need to put yourself out there, and that is, you have such a higher percentage of finding someone that chemistry-wise works for you for the long term.
Yeah.
And so that'd be the advice I give as well.
Yeah, good advice.
very
Good. Keep your
Very well
options
said.
open. Yeah.
Yep.
Just wanted to touch on that. But Maddie, thank you so much.
Yes.
Grab
Lincoln bio.
We got a $10 donation from Jack TCG VGC.
Jack. Thank you, Jack.
Thank you, Jack. Hi guys, been a while. Hope
has
you
been
are
a
well.
minute, yes.
Been busy with some stuff. Haven't watched Go Rush in the past 2 months. Going to be catching up on this weekend.
Let's go.
Also, Manadium is the best deck.
Manadium. Yeah. Well, Jack, I'm sure you were
remember
happy
that
with Exodia at the YCS. Somebody played Exodia and in a feature match. They actually
did
hit
they
it.
won with Exodia?
Yeah, they hit it.
No shot.
Yeah. I
What
know.
turn? What turn?
I'm not sure. I didn't watch the replay, but I just know everybody was going crazy.
Yeah,
I've
I would
assembled
be.
all five.
Yeah, no, really, you did. You did.
That is
Yeah.
awesome.
That's there's. I think I remember even in Master Duel when I first started, they showed you the deck that it was. It was like all these cards that allow you to draw more cards.
That's all you can do.
That's all it is. It's a draw deck. It's crazy.
Yeah.
That's
Cool.
still really cool, though.
They won 4 times apparently. Angie said.
Oh my God. Yeah. Well, hey, Exodia.
But it does contain.
Yeah.
The unstoppable
Imagine
Exodia.
getting in a feature match
And
your
then you
opponent just
lose.
drops Exodia on you.
Fudge.
I'd be upset.
Like at that point,
God.
you're like, well, there's nothing I could have done there. Like that's
Yeah.
that's that.
That just sucks.
You just,
Yeah.
I would just be looking down like, no,
Yeah,
that's not real.
nah.
It's not
No way.
possible.
That's what you'd be saying. Yeah.
Impossible.
Jack, thank
Not
you.
him.
No.
It should have been me. It's not fair.
I gotta get that on the board.
You have to.
Yeah. Jack, thank you so much for the super chat, my man. And yeah, watch Go Rush. I mean, the end of the last arc was really, really good, so I think you'll enjoy it.
Yeah, so we got Gamesy Jake is a new member at Slifer Red.
Oh, Jake, thank you so much, man.
And Jake also came in and donated $38.
Holy shit, Jake.
And Jake said,
Thank you.
Welcome back, Dill. My Yu-Gi-Oh! 9 idea predictions.
All right, let's hear it.
1, a Rush Duel anime bringing in the supernatural elements. 2, Master Duel Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime about bringing every series together. Or 3, a Rush Duel anime featuring legacy characters.
Okay.
He went for like home run balls there.
First idea,
Well,
I
the
think,
first
is
one's pretty
obviously
straight.
the most likely.
Yeah.
Supernatural, I like a lot.
Yep.
I think that
Like
would
dual
be,
spirits.
Maybe.
Why
yeah.
not?
I think that would be really cool. And Jake, first of all, thank you for the really
We
generous
danced
super
around it.
chat. Really appreciate you, man. Hope you've been well. Master Duel would be great, but a big crossover like
No
that's
way.
what I thought Yu-Gi-Oh! 7 was going to be.
I mean, Arc 5 was close.
Arc 5 was close. Arc 5
They
was
tried.
close. If they go back to Rush, I think it'll be more grounded than like a big crossover. I mean, if they go back to Master, I'm sorry. If they go back to
Yeah.
Master. But I love the idea. And then a Rush Duel anime with legacy characters is interesting.
Integration would be difficult.
I think.
Well, what if like in the Vrains something short circuits and then like the Vrains characters get teleported to Den City and the only dueling type is Rush Duels? I mean, you could make it work because Yu-Gi-Oh! Can just do something ridiculous.
you could explain anything.
Yeah. What?
Goha City.
What did I say? I
Den
said
City.
Den City. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
all over the place. Goa City. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
It's like
Matsumoto.
they're already in Den
They're
City.
in Den City. Yeah.
They're
But
already there.
I think, I mean, the inhabitants of Heartland, which is Zexel, get teleported to, I don't know. I mean, you could. I mean, it's not going to happen, but logistically to get there, I don't
do
think
it.
it's as hard as people think.
The
No,
one ask I would say in terms of legacy characters is we don't do an Arc 5, and like those characters are those characters,
Yeah.
and not like variant versions.
100% agree.
They're those characters from the shows we watch.
100% agree.
Memories and personalities and everything.
You can't. What Arc 5 did was, I mean, horrible with that. It was horrible.
It's just a letdown. It's like a tease. It's
I
like,
agree.
Oh my God, Jack is back.
Jack
It's like,
and Crow are
not
back.
the same guy.
Well,
It's not
really.
them.
Not the same guy.
It's not them. Yeah. No, I agree. Where's you say? I don't know. Yeah. No, but really,
might be dead. I
that's-
mean, who knows?
That's what it was. It was very disappointing in that regard. I agree. But Jake, thank you so much, man.
Thank you, Jake. We got a $5 super chat from Goosey Q.
Oh,
Goose, thank you, my man.
Nice.
And Goose said, sending positive vibes and kindness to everyone and keep things PG, positively Goose.
Slide right in.
Bang, bang.
Goose, thank you so much for the $5 super, my man. I appreciate you. Thank you for the kind words as always. You are the freaking man. Thank you, Goose.
Thank you, Goose. We got a $5 donation from Gravity Hero.
Thank you, Grav.
And Grav said, hey, Dylan, here's a video idea. Who do you think are the worst duelists in Yu-Gi-Oh? Or alternatively, the worst duels in any
I mean, he
Yu-Gi-Oh
has a
anime?
top 10 worst duels.
So the
You do have a
video I
top
did
10.
Was actually
Most
duels
hated.
I hated.
Yeah.
Oh, so you
I've
wouldn't
never-
you wouldn't root at the worst.
No,
What's the
like
difference?
Different,
a duel I hated, for example, is Duke versus Yugi.
Yugi with the dungeon dice.
But I don't think.
sick.
I'm sorry. Johnny Steps versus Yugi, not Duke.
Johnny
I'm all over the place.
Steps.
Johnny Steps
We
versus
love Johnny
Yugi.
Steps.
We don't love
Um,
Johnny Steps.
No, Duke versus Yugi was fine, but I don't think that's the worst duel in Duel Monsters. It's one of them, but it's not the worst. So
Yeah, I think there's a
there's a difference.
There's
right?
a difference between those two because
Yeah.
like you could be like, man, that was a good duel. I just character-wise, I don't really like it.
Yeah,
As opposed to like, God, that duel sucked.
it didn't do anything for the story.
And from a technical standpoint, maybe they did some stuff that like that doesn't even make sense.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that was terrible.
I know Dak's a big fan of Johnny Steps. Me and him have talked about that.
And then as for
Johnny frickin'
worst
Depp.
duelists in GX, and I've thought about it. I was like, well, I'm doing strongest duelists for all the show. I've completed it, Duel Monsters through Vrains. It'd be cool to do worst duelists. The problem with worst duelists in any of the shows, Gravity Hero, is there's so many one-off characters that duel
Especially
once,
GX.
especially GX, and then we never see them
God,
again.
please.
So how can I judge those characters who go 0-1 to the other characters who go 0-1?
You would have to do a minimum of 3 duels. I
So
think.
worst duelist minimum, they had to duel 3 times.
Yeah.
Okay. That could work.
Yeah.
The problem is with a show like Vrains, because there really weren't a lot of duels in Vrains.
Not a lot of variety in duelists.
You might have like Aoi Zaizen on that list, even though I also think she's a top 10 strongest duelist. So that's where you get in trouble with
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Because a minimum of 3 duels,
It's
there's
difficult.
probably only a pool of like 15 to 20 characters in
I
every
know,
show.
that's the tough part.
You'd
but
have to do 2.
Somebody's got to be.
But that's
right.
why I don't think that topic necessarily works, unfortunately.
Right,
as
'cause
cool as it
You
would
could
be.
do like a best
It-
one-off.
It loses. Yeah.
I could.
It just loses weight when there's overlap between top 10 best and top
Yeah.
and bottom.
Yeah.
10 worst.
You could just change it to the words you just said previously of just top 10 duels that were either bad for the plot or derailed the plot.
Well, he did duels. He didn't. Oh, well, that's true.
Like you could do something like something that like just threw the show off and it took time to get it back on
Yeah,
track.
there's a lot of
Yeah.
top 10s that I can do. By the way, thank you guys for the support on top 10 lowest life point wins. Uploaded that on Sunday. I saw that had like over 10,000 views already. So
I didn't
thank
watch
you
it
for
yet,
that.
but is Lightning on that one?
Yeah, Lightning is on that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's gotta be.
has to be.
There were 4 duelists
Cheater.
tied for 3rd,
He won.
and he was one of them.
Cheater.
He won.
He's a cheater.
I mean, maybe, but he won't.
I'm still alive.
Yeah, okay. I hated that.
He
I
used
remember
he used
I was-
Jin's life force.
I was so mad at the time. Like, when
well,
that
it was
happened.
me. It was me, Nick T, and Dill, and we reacted to that, and the bookshelf came down. And
Yeah.
and Dill just had one of the famous quotes on this channel of just saying, "The Yu-Gi-Oh universe is crumbling as we know it."
Oh, that was it. Yeah.
The
Oh my god.
another video that will be out soon. Audio is to my editor. We're bringing Yada back on for an editing for a video, which is awesome. Is I did it for Shun and Sora. What made Shun versus Sora so special? And I want to do that for a lot of the really good duels in Yu-Gi-Oh. So the one that we're doing next is actually what made Jack, Rua, and Ruka versus Aporia so special, a late 5Ds duel. So one of my favorites, a duel that's grown on me over the years. I think it's a phenomenal duel. So that video will be great. Dredger, you've seen that duel. Do you remember that duel?
A little, not fully. I'm trying to think about it now that you mentioned it, but
it's
I
great,
remember
man.
liking it. I remember really enjoying it.
It's
So
great, yeah.
I'll have to go like turn on and text you later and be like, yeah.
5Ds, some of the duels at the end of 5Ds are just stacked.
Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
It's
mean,
crazy.
5Ds is a great show.
I agree.
Like there's very few flaws in that show. There's a few, but like nothing that's like bad.
Dark Steiners, Neo Arc Cradle's kind of
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean,
To be fair,
Yeah.
even though I haven't gotten to that point,
Yeah.
I think some outside forces with the whole Carly voice actor thing kind of might have screwed some of the story of that.
I
show.
agree. Oh, I fully agree.
So they were kind of handicapped by some stuff.
Well, and there was a source that also said Kazuki Takahashi, or not Kazuki Takahashi, I'm sorry, they were
Shinya
only
Shida.
expecting 5Ds to be 2 seasons, and it was supposed to end after Dark Signers, and then they went for
They're
another.
like, hey, this is popular. Let's milk this.
Now, I don't know the truth, how much truth there is. There's a lot of rumors,
There's always going to be rumors.
so I don't know. There's a lot around 5Ds.
That's actually my dream for you one day. Is that somehow you get enough connection that
I
you
know.
could interview like people that had actual creative power on those old shows.
I know.
And like
Carly voice
whether there was a
actor.
translator or they happen to
No.
speak both languages, like
Why not?
I think
dude?
that
I'd love to.
the
Dylan would not
insight that
have
you
that
could get
shit.
that maybe there's like a statute of limitations of like, all right, now they could talk about it's been 20 years.
And the studio's
you know,
defunct.
right? Like
I mean,
I
not
think
defunct, but
what a
Still produce
series
content.
that could be.
I agree. I mean, I'm gonna be interviewing an animator who worked on 5Ds and some of the other shows.
That's
but,
awesome, dude.
But they're not. Yeah, I'm very excited for that. But they weren't part of the creative
But still,
process.
but the ins and outs of how they make the show.
Yeah.
So fascinating.
Yeah. Now that'll be cool. And like, the language barrier is another issue.
I'm telling you, maybe I'm ignorant, but I just believe if you keep growing, I feel like you can get noticed enough that can happen one day. I
Maybe.
really do.
I mean, there are people that I have reason to believe there are people over at Studio Bridge.
They watch him, bro.
Yeah, and it's
it's
beyond some of the coincidences that we've pointed out. I've obviously talked to you guys about some
Yeah.
things that I've received off stream that I'm not going to say here. I have reason to believe, and again,
Death
I don't.
threats?
No, not.
Ah.
I mean, listen, I do have some sources that I can't fully like give away. Like you can vouch for this. You've seen a clip of an episode that never aired
Yep.
that remember was sent to me, and
Yep.
I was for one of the first 3 shows.
You know it.
But yeah, I mean, listen, I hopefully we get those interviews because I'd love to break
That'd
some
be so
stories
cool.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully that'd be awesome.
That's your next evolution.
Oh, gee.
I just believe it.
I hope so.
To break stories like that.
I hope so. I'd
That-
love
that's
to.
That's my hope. For
Yeah,
you.
I'd love to. I'd love to.
That'd be sweet.
Yeah. It's cool stuff.
Yes. Thank you, Grab. I believe was the last donation was from Grab.
Thank you,
here.
Grab.
Thank you. We got $5 more from Goosey Q. Goose. And Goose said, I can't believe we were close to Jump Fest already. Glad to still be here for so long. I hope the next show can fit in with an anime format of 26 episodes a season.
Please.
Agreed. I think 26 episodes is great. You can do 2 mini arcs in there if you really want to kind of stick with the 13,
Yeah, it's
but it's continuous.
Yeah, it's nice.
It's kind of like what we're seeing now with Quai Duel, right? A little bit.
I love when they extended. They did a little bit of that with Yugioh.
You know, another thing I'd love to go back
nice.
to. We got it with Zexel. We got it with Arc 5. The Zexel and Arc 5 were the golden days of openings and endings. I mean, really, Zexel and Arc 5 both had 6 openings, 6 endings, and the openings and endings would switch every, 26 episodes. Vrains, then, you just got, with the openings, there was just nothing. There were 2 openings for 104 episodes.
Yeah.
And then with Sevens and Go Rush, sadly, it's been 2 and 2. And I just and now these are 2-year shows, so it should have been 4 and 4 if it followed Zexel and Arc 5. Switch the opening and endings every 6 months. They're not going to because it's more money and it's not what this studio does. It's what Gallup did for those time periods. But man, I miss that. We were truly, we didn't realize it. We were truly spoiled with Zexel and Arc 5 with the openings and endings.
Some good classics.
I mean, think about this. Zexel or Arc 5 had more openings than Vrains and Sevens combined.
For sure.
Combined.
Wow.
You can double the openings we've had in Vrains, Sevens, and Go Rush, and it barely beats out Arc 5 and Zexel. Barely. It's 14 to
I mean,
12.
there's some bops in those shows.
There's some great ones.
Like,
There's some great ones.
and then even like I saw Dak commenting about the original trilogy. Like, dude, even Masaki Endo in 5Ds. I mean, God, the music he drops in that, man, is just incredible.
Well, he's got the 2 final openings, and then he's got 2 insert songs, which are also
Incredible
fantastic.
songs.
Yeah. Yeah, he
And low key, GX has some bangers. I mean, GX has some bangers in there.
the
man.
endings I don't think are good, but the openings are all
yeah.
incredible.
I still stand by opening 1 of GX.
Yeah, opening. I don't hate opening 1 as much as most people do, but 2,
think
3,
it's
and 4 are
incredible.
better.
I like opening 1.
Yeah.
I mean, but also I'm in the minority. I mean, I like opening 1 of 5Ds that most people despise. So,
I don't like opening 1.
but would you agree? This is my off the top of my head opinion that I'm thinking right now, running through the songs in my head. I feel like Arc 5, for all its problems, might have the most banger hits.
Not only does Arc
I
5
mean,
have
there's this Pendulum Beat is in there.
Yeah.
It's a good song. Burn is in there. I mean, there's a lot of great songs in Arc 5.
Not only does Arc 5 probably have the best openings and endings musically, I think it has the best music, period, in all of Yu-Gi-Oh!
Oh my God, Precious Time, Glory Days. Oh my God, I totally forgot about that song.
You did a tier list of all the openings and endings
I did.
live, and that's now a posted video, if I'm correct.
Correct.
Right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
if you guys are curious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although 5D, I don't know, because 5Ds has some great openings too, and endings. And so does Zexel. Zexel's endings, I think Zexel's the only
This
show
is pretty good.
where I think the endings for me are better than the openings, music-wise.
No, I can actually. I think I might agree with that.
Yeah. Man.
And then you get to Vrains and everything, and you're like, man, there's barely any songs in these shows.
Vrain's Glory is so memorable. It's one of the best ones ever.
Yeah.
And then a lot of the other endings for me are kind of forgettable.
Yeah, for the most part.
Writing Life, the second ending is
come on.
good.
It's-
Yeah,
yeah,
Writing
it's not
That's
Life
good.
is
That's
not
very good.
What about
The first one, like the dance club, like you're sweating on.
It's
I don't like
fine,
that
yeah.
one. The third one is Boy, which
Yeah. It's okay.
Dun,
It's
dun,
really not
dun,
that great.
dun,
In my
dun,
opinion, I don't
yeah.
think it's that great.
No, it's forgettable. And then the fourth one, the sixth one, I actually like that BIS song. That's 12 minutes
incredible,
long.
It's
dude.
pretty good.
I like
remember
that song.
I think we reacted to the whole
We
video.
reacted to the music video. Yeah, 13 minutes.
Very
of
Tank, right?
Weird. Yeah.
Oh my God.
They do like a Bohemian Rhapsody mix
Yeah.
and Welcome to the Black
Guys,
Parade
basi-
mix.
Welcome to it's very highly referential to Welcome to Black Parade, which is referential to Bohemian
Right.
Rhapsody.
Right. Yeah, it's fascinating. Fourth ending, I can't even think of. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's
I can talk about music.
Yu-Gi-Oh music's great, but it stinks, and I think that's something that a lot of people don't even really think about. We get one a year now, man. We used to get 2 a year,
and we got a
issues.
little bit of insert songs in sevens.
Yeah,
not really
we
here
got
in Go
2.
Rush.
We've got none in Go Rush. We got 2.
I
in
actually would
sevens.
argue sevens in general had a lot more variation in music. We had the variations of the youth K song,
all the people singing
Yeah.
the opening. They change that up every time.
I
the
do.
opening and the ending too, because there was the class there was the versions of the
1,
ending
2,
Yeah.
where all of them sang together or only one of the characters sang and
Yep.
there was a Roa Roman version of it that had
Dude,
crazy
was
guitar.
great, dude.
Dude, yeah, that we were eaten.
I do actually have to apologize because now that I think about it, Go Rush just got a third ending. So
They
Yeah.
did, which I actually
Yeah.
quite like.
the third ending, musically, it's my favorite opening or ending in the whole show.
Okay.
I love it. I haven't even heard the full thing yet. It's
the
my
fucking-
favorite.
go-
open it, ending one, dude.
Ending one's number 2 for me.
Dap, dap, dap.
No, it's my fault.
Ending
No,
one's
I mean
number
it is
2.
pretty great.
Ending one's number 2. It's a
I-
close second. It's a close second.
It immediately puts you in a good mood.
It's a close second.
But to me, out of the Rush era, the insert song of Roa, there's just nothing like it. I mean, there is.
Not many.
It is the best song in the Rush era.
Now,
I'm sorry, it is.
Eventually, we will get to a point where we can talk about how Roman's insert song is better than Roa's. We're not there yet. That's fine. But Roa's is very good. Miniscape is very good. Eventually, we'll get to that point. Eventually, we'll get to that point.
Well,
Nick T agrees. No, actually, and the community, I think, is very split on that.
No, that's okay.
From the people
Listen,
I've
I'll,
talked
di-
to.
I'll die on this hill. It's fine.
Both are phenomenal.
They're both great. They're both great. But Roman's is better.
That's before the argument
Well,
starts.
hang on.
Uh,
How would you rank? How would you rank the 5
Poor Cal.
musical pieces we've gotten Go Rush? The 2 openings and the 3 endings. It's very easy for me. Ending 3, ending 1, opening 1, and then ending 2.
And then opening too.
And opening 2 is very low.
I think I just.
I'm actually not a fan of
I
this
think I
opening.
just flip your ending 3 and ending 1, and that's the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like ending 1. better.
Cosmos is great too. Ending 2 is short-lived, but
It
it
is
is
pretty
really good
Yeah,
song.
it is pretty good.
Yeah, it was
I just-
emotional for things
Yeah.
heavy
Yeah.
things would happen at the end of an episode, and we're just
And jump into that.
and then be like, whoa.
Yeah, that's a very underrated.
It
It's
It's
very
a
underrated.
good
I've
song.
blasted that song in my car many times.
I still,
Were you,
ending
in
1
your,
is
in your
just
bag,
such a
you're
bop.
just like,
It is. It's just it's feel good.
yeah.
And like them
That's 'cause
just
youth case
them
the goat.
walking everywhere, like it's just
Yeah.
it's perfect.
It is
And the
perfect
mystery girl in the background of every shot.
My issue is I watch so much anime. I have so many openings
Yeah,
and endings.
that's
I'm
fair.
just thinking through all of them. Like, oh god, there's so many.
Dude, what you got to do is sit down one
Imanimo.
day
And just listen to each one and like separate them.
and make a custom playlist of your favorite
Jesus.
openings and endings across all your anime.
I don't even know what that'd be.
What a bop playlist!
It
that
would
could
be a. I'd be like turn as all holy heck for that one.
Make that for the Halloween party. Let's
Honestly,
just bop it.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I might. I'm thinking about.
We're out
it.
there. We're all just singing Japanese, and everyone else
would be
that is
great.
like, "What is going
Bro,
on?"
it's
here?
gonna have the combination of JJK, AOT, Demon Slayer,
Dude, JJK,
like Haikyuu,
JJK doesn't
Skate the
miss.
Infinity. It's gonna have the
Imanimo.
most variety. Yu-Gi-Oh! It's the most variety you've ever seen. It's gonna be great.
Thank you.
Imanimo,
All right, Cal.
We got a $2 super chat from Max.
Thank you, Max.
And Max said, Roger goes into the brains. Chess theme. Think about it.
No, I thought there was a good chance that Jean-Michel Roger was going to show up in Vrains. I was wrong. Because he was chess. He was always playing chess. He was seeing the field. He was figuring out what's going on in the tournament. Checkmate. You know, he was like a Walmart version of Lelouch from Code Geass.
Wait.
Wait, hold on. That's not
Wait.
a positive endorsement. Walmart.
Well,
version?
Lelouch is fantastic.
Yeah, but
Lelouch is. I was gonna say, you better.
Yeah,
Lelouch
he's
is
a
fantastic.
Walmart version of Lelouch.
So you're still saying he's pretty damn good. He's just Walmart.
I just think Dill. I
He's
think
so
Dill
messed
got to
up.
the point where in Arc 5, the antagonists were so forgettable for you that you've attached yourself to this character when I think you know it's not a good character.
I think a good point brought up here. Thank you, Tyler, for the $2 donation. Make a Roger jar for Dill, and every time he mentions it,
He has to
put
put money in.
the
Oh
jar.
my
I like
God,
that a lot.
yes,
A
new
dollar,
rule.
a dollar every time.
Starting now, Dill.
Thank you, Tyler. I might have to do that, honestly. That's a
You're gonna save some
great
money.
idea. Yeah, that's a great idea, Tyler.
Every time a Roger mention or Dill brings up Calibro's high school adventures,
Well, I
Just
mean,
put a dollar.
No, I'll allow the second. This is the latter.
he has to put a dollar in every time.
No,
If we
no.
did that jar would be full.
by the end of the night.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Nicholas Horton at Justice for Rebecca Edgerunners has been a member for 39 months.
Thank you,
It's
Nicholas.
like a wrap.
Wow.
And Nicholas said, "Hi everyone, early happy Halloween.
Happy
Happy
holidays.
Halloween,
Spooky season, baby.
Nicholas.
Happy Halloween."
1 week.
My name is Krampus.
Happy Halloween.
That's Christmas.
But
We're getting there
You're
though.
on the right track, Dill.
Yeah, your
He's
heart's in the
cre-
right
he's
place.
creepy.
Yeah.
He's creepy.
We got a $30 super chat from Jamie Castellana.
Jamie, oh my God,
Thank you,
Jamie.
Jamie.
Thank you so much, Jamie. Really.
Jamie
Thank
said,
you.
"Would you guys ever consider if Yu-Gi-Oh somehow imploded tomorrow and there was never another anime for it again, shifting the brand to a different anime series going more abroad? I've always wondered about the process."
I'll jump. I know you have it. I'll real quick. The hardest thing with something like that, and Dylan made this clear to me when I talked about wanting to do a podcast first. Manga. Manga's gonna get you 9 times out of 10. The manga is ahead of the anime. So doing any anime other than like one that's not, there's no manga for it, or it's being like written as we speak. It's the only way you can get away without having to like mute your chat and just put up videos, because otherwise, as Dill said, there'd be spoilers galore.
The only other way you could do that, which, yes, obviously dilutes some of the fun we have here, is you would have to be versed in the manga chapters up to date, because sometimes, more often than not, they do make changes in the anime.
Yeah.
So there's still a little bit of like, oh, well, this could go a different way.
True.
Right.
But that would be the only way to avoid the severe spoilers that you would be getting.
I feel like you would have to make the videos more based on just the overall differences between the anime and the manga for specific parts, rather than just
for
doing
sure.
it on the anime.
For sure.
Yeah.
You would have to be very versed in that to
Yeah.
make the podcast interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they basically said exactly what I would say. I've been asked it a lot, like, would you do this for another franchise? My Hero Academia was one that I remember a lot of
that'd be
people would
fun.
always ask about. But the issue with it is exactly that. The manga is way ahead of the anime. If we did something live, we're running the risk of people coming in here and writing in chat. I also think that the enjoyment is not as fun for you guys because while we're making predictions, you guys know what's going to happen.
Especially if you've read the manga.
Right, if you've read the manga, you know what's going to happen. And then, like, oh, you can avoid it by not looking at chat, but what if somebody super chats in a message that has us where, like, hey,
blah, blah, blah,
you
dies.
don't have to worry about character A because they get their revenge
Or
on this
your
character.
prediction's wrong, this happens. And
Right.
It's like,
It would happen a lot.
So that's the
could happen a
issue.
lot.
This format really only works because Yu-Gi-Oh! Does not follow a manga.
Yeah.
And that is very rare.
I mean, I guess Pokemon, or the new Pokemon doesn't have a
Pokemon
manga.
it could work with as well, too.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Pokemon it could work with. Probably
not much
Digimon.
else.
There's
You
probably
would
a
need
few.
you would absolutely just need an anime that either it has to be way ahead of their manga or they don't have a manga and they're very original.
Yeah.
That'd be the only way to do it.
Yeah.
As for a direct answer, and this doesn't necessarily apply to the guys, but this was a concept I had very early on, like when we first kind of got in the groove of doing this, and I just ended up running out of time. It never ended up happening, but I had a concept for a channel called What the Mech, which would have technically focused on all, like, watching through and talking about every Gundam series, but then expanded into every other, like, mech anime. It would be like Macross, Full Metal Panic, Code Geass, like whatever, like technically,
Gurren Lagann.
So like, Gurren Lagann, like, So the idea was that I would have started off with pretty much every Gundam, and then grown into every other mech anime. It didn't end up happening. It was a time commitment while I was doing other things. So it didn't end up happening. But that was something I was considering for a moment. So that would be.
I remember
answer to
that. Yeah. You made the channel, didn't you? With the banner.
I don't think I did.
Oh, maybe
The
not.
banner. I don't believe so.
Okay.
Maybe I made the channel. I don't believe so, but definitely.
No,
not
maybe you
banner.
didn't. I had a visual that you did for some
Dylan, you have
reason.
visual of a lot of things that don't
Dylan had a
happen.
vision
No, I
for
do,
you,
and that's
yeah.
why I'm not.
Yeah,
Gonna
he's a
argue.
big visual guy.
I'm a visual learner, yeah. But it's a great question, Jay. And the other thing, like at the end of the day, Yu-Gi-Oh! And the shows, it's such a passion of mine. I'm so grateful that these four are also, into it now and help me out with the podcast. But yeah, we'd have to. I don't think it would be as easy as just finding another show that we would all be passionate about that doesn't have a manga. With Yu-Gi-Oh, I've seen every single episode of this franchise. If we jumped into the new Pokemon show, we're kind of going in blind. So
That can also be fun too.
it could be fun. It could be fun. So great question though, Jamie. And listen, I get asked this question a lot.
Pretty frequently.
Yeah.
Which is concerning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's just spoilers. If Go Rush had a manga that we knew how the story ended, this probably wouldn't work.
Well, dude, you don't have to worry about that because Otis is Yuga.
Yeah.
Someone comes in.
Right.
Yeah, we
Right.
find that out in about chapter
Or
93.
no, we would have been doing our podcast during the Lug arc, and someone would have been commenting, "Oh my God, pay attention to the narrator. He's in the relic."
Oh, that would have been.
All it takes is one super chat, and then like, okay, well, we just got, and then
so
everyone else watching, trying to avoid spoilers, gets spoiled. So that's why it just doesn't work for a show that is following a manga.
Well,
Just
the
doesn't
narrator
work.
thing. I mean, is that something you could? I feel like would only hear.
No, because remember, there were like visual shots of him, so the
Yeah,
manga would
true,
show
yeah.
Quaidul narrating.
True.
Yeah. So like, that's the issue with it, you know.
True.
Or like, oh my God, they go back into Seven's world in chapter 78. You guys are gonna love that. Yuga sees Luke again. It would have been spoiled. So like, that's why this works so well in this format. Will continue to work so well, and we're lucky for
Yeah,
that.
check on that swirly character. It's not who you think they are.
I
Yeah.
read the manga for that one. That's all I'm saying. I have the manga page in my back pocket for that one.
Dude, yeah, I mean, that's if there's one thing that we could credit you with, that is the one.
There's only one. Nick.
No, I'm saying like obviously there's
you're
more
right.
than, but like
Yeah.
if we had to pick like one thing that he was on the nose
yeah.
from day one, it's like Swirly, and
No,
like
Swirly's
it's like
the
dude,
guy,
fuck Swirly.
Everyone
And
hates
Yeah.
Swirly,
Swirly's
bro.
right.
dude, and
I
then
hated Swirly.
but you were on it, dude.
The only person Nick T hated more than Swirly was Kaizo.
That's true.
Classic. Fuck Kaizo.
Yeah.
Well, we kind of leaned into that a little
Yeah.
bit, but
He kind of was a dirtbag. Let's be honest.
he was for
F
sure.
Kaizo March 1.
No, just for other reasons, we leaned into it a little bit.
The Calzo.
Calzo too, yeah.
Yeah, we don't like that guy. Thank you, Jamie. Though it was a good question.
Thank
for
you.
Dill.
Yeah, great question. Thank you for another generous super chat as
We
well.
got
man.
a $5 super chat from Into the Brains, Natalie.
Thank you, Natalie.
She said, Dylan, troll statement. I am in a reality a government agent sent to promote Vrains and Rush Jewels to people to distract from the Area 51 project.
Real.
Now, if that was the case, I'd love that. I think that'd be wonderful. Natalie, thank you so much for the super chat. Listen, you're not going to get a bigger promoter of Reigns and a promoter of Rush Duels than Natalie. You're really not. I mean, she's wonderful. Natalie, thank you so much. Although we still are going to look into Area 51, so you didn't do your job well there.
Well, no,
but that's
she's
fine.
saying you're the one. That you're the one
You're
trolling.
the distraction.
Oh, that I'm the. Oh, I thought that she was like an agent.
No, I
set
said
to-
Dylan
oh,
trolling comment.
yeah.
This guy.
No, because I'm interested in Area 51. In fact, one of the 5 of us went to the Area 51 raid.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say which one, but you remember that raid?
Oh, I
I mean, one of us was there.
The Naruto runs.
The Naruto run.
Yeah.
One, and then the guy got arrested for public urination.
Well,
That was not one of us, but one of us was there.
One of us got that expunged, so we don't have to.
All right, Cal, keep ripping,
Okay.
please.
It's funny what
Natalie,
one of us
thank
would
you,
do.
Natalie.
We got a $5 super chat from Patrick Karanjeet.
Thank you,
Thank you, Patrick.
Patrick said, new Duel Links box dropped. I can't believe they actually added Effect Veiler. Altergeist is the next meta deck. Emma gives 3 Multi-Faker as a level up.
Yeah, I know. Altergeist obviously was
For
meta
speed
in,
duel and dueling
in the game. Yeah, new
Altergeist,
speed duel box.
yeah.
It stinks. I mean, we just kind of learned that Roa is going to be unlockable end of next month, which is awesome.
Oh, cool.
I've got a lot of gems, so I'm probably going to go for a
course you
couple
do.
of
How
effect
do you have
failures.
gems?
Of course you do.
I've got
How?
10,000 already.
Explain how.
You've just got to grind and level up your characters. Auto duel times 3 every 3 hours.
Oh,
Log
man, I
in.
got no dual orbs. As soon as I'm out, after 3 minutes, I'm done. My dual orb. And then I use all my keys. What am I supposed to do?
Well, okay, so you've got to go. You can't stay in Rush World. Rush World doesn't give good drops.
So I gotta go do the other world?
You have to unlock the other worlds. I've got all worlds unlocked, so I'm bouncing through all
You
the
know what?
worlds.
Dylan? I'm gonna give you my account. You're off
Okay.
from work.
That's
Just
gotta
spend,
be
just,
illegal.
just spend, just.
Well, that-
Dylan,
Dre,
give me,
that's
Dylan, give me
part
6
of it.
hours. You're gonna have. I'm gonna have like 8,000 gems. Give me 6
that's the
freaking
part
hours.
of it. This guy is.
Homie's gonna have
this
me
guy-
maxed
this
out
guy
in
was
gems.
in the Disney lines, just auto dueling. Okay, he's a
Yes.
psycho.
yeah.
He actually is usually auto-dueling every time I see him in the
Yeah,
living
this is what he does.
Yeah.
He hyper focuses on a game.
Correct.
He did this with remember that one season of Pokemon Go Battle League. He
Yeah.
did like 2,000 battles
Yeah.
in a season.
He
No.
did
This is what he does.
all of his battles every day.
This
But
is
I,
what
but
he
I can
does.
only hyper focus on one thing at a time.
He hasn't
'cause
played
I
Pokemon.
haven't
He
played
has not played
Pokemon in a
Pokemon.
while. So
You're
it's
missing
Duel
the whole
Links.
Halloween
I
around
know. So it's Duel Links, you know.
But yeah, I gotta give you my account. Just make my life easier.
Open your. You have it on your phone.
No,
Gotta get it on your phone.
homie, I have a job.
I know, but
What do you?
between like.
What? Okay, Dylan. See, your work is
Workouts.
this. This is your work with a phone next to you. This is your work. I'm
Barely.
with people,
Barely.
making them move and do stuff.
You
Correct.
Did you did too much laptop
Yeah,
work
his
there for
work
Dylan.
is he puts his mouse jiggler on, and that's about it. That's his work.
No, I know. We got to figure that out because you are with.
I gotta get a
people.
mouse jiggler for the patients, right?
No, what if
so the
you walk
jiggler
over there-
jiggles
What
the
if
patients.
patient plays for you?
What? No. What? Because you just need to do 3 auto duels to get the times 9. So what if when you walk into a house, you like put the phone on the counter, you hit auto duel, and then you work? Because they're older people. They don't have good eyesight. And then like between like their am I doing this right? You know, yeah, you're doing it great. And now you're dueling like Shelly, the next NPC.
Holy shit!
Could that
Not
work?
far off.
No, I'm trying to think if that could work.
Can I just end that?
Or because they
conversation?
probably have the old like green rocking chairs. So what if you put it on top of the like green rocking chair?
Are you talking about a recliner?
No, he's talking about the recliner, like the lazy boy.
yeah, the rocking
yeah.
chair.
Yeah, that's not.
Green.
Oh, Sonny. You know, like something like that.
And you know what my favorite part is too? When you do use all these gems, you sick bastard. I love the amount of suffering you go through to get the cards you want.
Well,
It all feels worth it.
No, well,
that's the best part.
so I've got 10,000 gems right now, 9,999, and 93 gem amounts waiting to be redeemed. But they only last for 30 days, so they start expiring November 15th.
But don't you have 3 of everything already?
Can you only
Yes,
hold
and there's not gonna be
10,000?
yes, and there's not going to be another Rush Duel box, so I'm going to have to open this next box to try to get some Veilers just so I can stall.
Wait, what are Veilers?
Effect Veiler is a very good card that just came to Speed Duel and Duel Links.
Oh, and speed, but not into rush.
not into Rush.
So I don't care that much.
No, you shouldn't get.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. Well, I have to do speed duel apparently. Yeah,
Well,
thank God,
yeah, you just
please.
have build like a Harpy deck or something.
Thank you,
You'll need
Patrick.
gems for that.
$5 from X Slayer.
Yeah, I'm trying to get there.
Yeah.
We got $5 from X Slayer.
And I'm not using any of my gems in anything but the fucking.
We got $5 from X Slayer.
Yes, I know. Just continue.
Bros, no spoiler, but Spider-Man 2 is peak
F and peak.
became my
Yeah. he just-
and became my favorite game of all time. Can't wait to see your guys' experience.
Why couldn't you curse?
soon.
This is after dark.
That's what he said.
It just said F peak.
I'll say it.
Um,
Fucking peak.
so So
It's
my
fucking peak,
brother
bro.
took off work on Friday when it came
He's a
out.
madman.
I met with him Sunday afternoon because we got together at my parents'
Madman.
house. He said, "So have you started it?" And I said, "No, not yet." He said, "Yeah, I 100%ed it." And I said, "Excuse
I
me?"
saw him online the whole time.
And he was like,
Wait,
nah.
wait.
I was like, "You mean you beat the story?" He's like, "No, like I platinumed the game." I was like,
Wait, Dean played in the game. He took off 1 day of work.
yeah, about 2 days.
he got it on Friday. He played it. He said, "I played it all day Friday, and I really liked it." So then I played it all day Saturday.
The tone you said that is so Dean.
Yeah.
like that is so Dean.
So he 100%ed it in 48 hours in 2 days.
Yep.
He
He's
said
sick.
it took him about 20 hours, so not that crazy,
pretty
but
short,
10
but
hours a day.
20 hours of
10 hours a
staring at
day.
screen.
Yeah.
That's a.
Well, I could
Yeah.
do that. I could.
I do that for work.
Lies
mean
of-
you
Lies
should.
of P. I put in like 70 hours.
That
I played Miles
doesn't.
Morales
Okay,
in one sitting.
I don't think we're understanding. I get that you can. It's not good for you.
Well, you've had
I
some,
stare at a
you've
screen 10 hours every day for work.
Yeah, that's still not good for you.
Oh,
probably
I
had
know
some
that.
long Fortnite sessions.
Not 10 hours. Never.
That's why I got blue light glasses.
You, Dak, DJ.
The longest I can tolerate Dak and this kid Annie's the one we play with. I want to kill both of them after like 10 minutes.
Why
Because Annie and Dak they're best friends. So like the two of them are just doing the craziest shit. It's actually so much fun. I love playing with them. Cal should get in there once in a while. Tolerate. Yeah, tolerate's a good word, Matt. But no, the longest we've ever played, we've probably done like three or 4 hours, probably the max we've done. Because usually like Matt's busy.
You gotta. I mean, the last time you let me know, I actually couldn't.
You need a
gotta-
good
you
long
gotta
gaming session.
keep letting me know,
I don't
man.
think I do.
You do. I mean, think about the amount of time we would play Minecraft just in a
See,
set.
that's cool. I'm
God.
okay.
I
just
love Minecraft.
hours all night.
See, Matt even says he
We
tolerates
should,
Annie
should start
too.
doing that again.
I can't.
I'm
We
back
should.
in.
So,
And then-
and you know that.
And then
And you know
lately,
that.
Try again.
and then lately, DJ's been on the phone, so we can't hear anything.
Yeah, I can help.
So he's not. He's just like kind of playing without
he
a
on the
headset.
phone with?
Work or I don't know, dude.
Oh,
But,
well,
like,
then you gotta kick him off the team.
because I'm playing, dude, and I'm like getting murdered, and DJ's just in Narnia, and I'm just like I'm shockwaving away, and I'm like, DJ, come over here. Dak and
He's on the phone with work after.
And so he's
work?
not playing. He's like he doesn't have the visual sound effects on, so he's just getting crushed because
So
he
he's
doesn't know what's going
driving
on.
in his car and he's playing on his phone.
He goes too.
No, because
No.
he's working. You
No,
said.
he's sitting in his living room.
Okay.
Without the headset on.
Okay.
On the phone and playing.
That's a problem of work-life balance right there. Put it away. Work
Oh,
is
it's
over.
work?
I don't
Work
think
is
it's
over.
work.
Anyway,
It doesn't sound like
X-Slayer,
work.
X-Slayer, I am incredibly excited to play Spider-Man.
Yeah, me
hoping I
too.
get into it soon.
I'm very excited to watch you fuck up in Spider-Man.
I might play tomorrow.
That's what I'm really excited.
I might start my
No.
Spider-Man
Yeah.
2.
I
No,
remember
did-
the first one.
I know Dylan's busy around 6 p.m. tomorrow though, so after that he'll be fine.
Oh God. I'm crashing.
You'll see. You know.
I might
No,
bounce
I
in
don't
a few.
know.
I don't know. What
No,
you mean,
that's
sorry.
not good.
Yeah,
I'm
that's fine.
tanking.
Yeah.
That's not a good.
All
Long
right.
day.
We got
We're wrapping it up.
$5 from Ice Aiden.
Ice Aiden.
Thank you, Ice.
Nice. Hello, Yugi Bros. I can finally ask this. In a Yu-Gi-Oh show, do you prefer good, memorable villains or good female leads / female characters?
We haven't had the second one.
I would say why not both? But I also kind of agree with Dredge.
I'm not wrong. I'm sorry.
They've
I'm gonna be mean.
Yu-Gi-Oh's delivered on villains, and I don't
Yes.
think they've really delivered on good female characters.
Which would I rather have? Because I've had the first already, I'd like to have the second at some point.
I mean, we've never. That was going to be my first.
We've never
response.
had it. What do
We've
you
never
like? I mean-
experienced the latter.
Yeah.
Probably good. Well, I don't know.
I do like good villains, don't get me wrong.
It's such a tricky question because I think you need a good villain for a show to be like successful for me.
I mean, Pizza Villains guy, so you know he's gonna
I
pick
love my
villains all
villains.
day, every
Yeah,
day.
I mean, as far as
I'm a
necessity,
kind of a villains guy as myself.
You need memorable villains, but I think
You shouldn't have to choose between.
Well,
The- the
but if
two
you
of
do, what are you picking?
I pick better villains.
I'm probably gonna pick better villains.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think a good villain can make an entire show.
No, I agree with that.
I still haven't got the second one though, so that'd be nice.
Yeah, I mean,
Come on, bro.
I think
I
at this
gotta keep
point,
adding to it.
I think at this point, if you're talking about like the next Yu-Gi-Oh, I think we'd all prefer like a good female lead, like to have one.
Oh, I'm thinking about my three favorite arcs in Yu-Gi-Oh, and they really were
Villain-driven?
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
Yami Marek at Battle City was phenomenal. The Dark Signers were phenomenal. The Baryons and Vector, you know, in the Onslaught arc. So, yeah, villains really are.
It's I've said it once before on here. It's the most underrated part of a show that I
Yeah.
feel like
Well-
not a lot of people talk about. Villains make a show.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
the,
Without
not
a
the
good
heroes you
villain,
root
your
for.
hero's not really
Right.
good.
And heroes, they'll get all the publicity inside and outside the show.
Yep.
They'll sell all the merch. But villains push that hero. They
Yeah.
allow them to go to new heights. They present challenges for them. Like, the story is boring without having a legitimate threat.
What's Mario without Bowser?
There you go.
Nothing. Well,
What's
Or
Aaron
you could
without
say
Aaron?
Peach for that matter.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Yeah.
because you could argue she's the true
Well,
look, she keeps escaping. He has to go.
villain. She's getting fake kidnaps. Let's be honest.
Oh,
a
okay.
big Matt Pack guy over there.
But that's just the theory. A game.
Gamer.
Yeah, I mean, even if you rephrase that question as great villains or great rival, guy character or girl character, doesn't matter. I think I'd pick great villain.
Yeah.
I think I would. So,
I agree.
yeah. Fascinating. Good, interesting
Yeah.
question, though.
We got $5
question.
super chat from Cobalt J98.
Thank you,
Oh.
Cobalt.
Thanks,
God.
Cobb.
Thank
And they
you.
said, in your top 10 sevens duelist, please tell me Yugioh is in the top 5. Please, ...
All
He's the GOAT.
sevens.
Oh, okay. Top 10, 7% of Yugioh's in top 5. Was he?
I
He's
I-
in.
I
we
haven't-
should move on.
I haven't
He's
done
in
the
mine.
video yet.
We should
He's
move
in
on.
mine, but that means
should move
nothing.
on.
Dylan hasn't done the video, but sneak peek into the mind of Dylan.
He's not going to answer. Everyone else can.
You should be nervous.
We should move on.
Can you reread that,
No.
please?
In your top 10 sevens duelists,
You're baiting.
please tell me Yugioh
Oh my
is in the top
God.
5. Please.
Okay.
He's the GOAT.
Just refuse to answer. Videos coming out.
First of all,
We should move on.
Cobalt J, thank you. The answer is yes. He's very high. He's
Wow,
very,
he's
top
gonna be
3.
honest.
I'll even give you that. JB, as you asked so nicely, he's top 3. He might be third. He might be second. He might be first. So you'll just have to wait for the video to come out.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I can make it.
You got $2 more from X Slayer.
Thank you, X.
And X Slayer
Appreciate
said,
it.
one idea I wish. Lore-based anime for any archetype.
Yeah,
talked
X Slayer.
So, like,
I'm
specific to an archetype?
I'm right there with you. Yeah, for any
Yeah.
archetype. I mean, Sky Striker obviously had
Lore
the
is always
manga,
sick.
but dual
Sous ships.
terminal, sous ships. I mean, there's
Tell me you wouldn't watch a show about
Bon
sous
voyage!
chefs.
Yeah, that's the opening. They don't even need to make a new opening. They write One Piece. Hey, can we reuse this opening but add sous ships?
And you know what they probably say? No.
No.
Well, One Piece. What One Piece is
No.
Shueisha?
I don't.
I'm not sure.
I watched
No.
only the live action.
I don't. I actually don't think it is. But anyway,
I think it'd be fun.
I think it would be fun. Listen, I would love that idea. I think the tricky part with that X Slayer is how do you sell new cards? Because I think that just unfortunately needs to be the main question that has to be answered when making an anime. I think it's the question that Konami is always going to ask. How do we make new cards? Lore-based anime, how do we make new cards? Do we have the characters like duel using themselves, or like do we have
that'd be real meta.
do we have new characters like show up and like they become cards? Like that could work, but then we don't really see them utilized in the duel. So there might be ways you can do it, but I think that's the big concern and question with a lore-based anime schematically, but I would love to see it. I'd love to see it.
Thank you, X. We got $2 more from Into the Brains.
Into the
Thank you, Natalie.
Now, as I've been playing with the wind on flute, it's so fun.
Oh, that's
Gina
sick.
da da across the universe. No, what? That's the song.
No,
Da, 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 da. The
Wow.
future is
It's
loading.
crazy to me that you have a green screen. You've never like put yourself
Into
into the wind on like a board. That's crazy. You've never done that.
Should I put
It's
myself
crazy.
in Vrain's opening too?
Yes.
Oh
It's crazy that I haven't seen the green screen open in probably 5 years.
Not true.
It was probably a couple years ago.
No, he did it for a special GTA segment.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was the last time
okay.
that was open.
Open on a
Thank you, I
screen,
love you
not
back.
for just like private use.
That's fair. That's probably.
You
about
should
right.
rent it out at
Bro
this point.
purchased it and maybe used it 3 times.
He uses it for trolling events.
Yeah.
That's what it's for.
This could have been integral part of bits or like anything live.
I mean,
Maybe we'll one
every
day.
Twitch stream you could have a cool background. Literally every one of them.
You could.
You could on a dime using the stream deck be like, oh, like right there singing the and just
Wait,
hit it.
Bon
what are you doing?
voyage.
You're talking about Den City, and then it's just in the background.
Yeah.
That green screen, the problem with that is I need a green screen to fit this entire backdrop.
No, do you
No,
For
course.
us.
No,
yeah,
not for us. For
but-
you, for Twitch.
for your Twitch?
No, for Twitch, yeah.
Yeah.
Or even your watch along. Yu-Gi-Oh watch along.
Yeah.
Videos.
Yeah.
you can make it look like you're in a private jet.
Then I
Or
can't
you
wear
could get
green because if I wear green, then it looks like I have no
When,
shirt.
I've
often
never
you wear
seen you
green?
wear neon green ever.
Outside of wearing
Whoa.
Jets
Wait.
gear, I don't think you wear any green.
Wait. That's not how green screen.
No, I sent you that photo. Remember of me in the gaming chair? You remember that? Yeah, because I had green on with the green
Oh,
screen
stop!
effect.
You had no. You had no
There's
clothes
something
on.
really wrong with you.
All right. Anyway, Cobalt J98 came back with $2 more and said, "I was the top 10 sevens guy. Yuga isn't the GOAT. You are."
Oh, thank you.
that
Oh,
was
Cobalt J, thank you so much. No,
Cut it out.
Yuga's great. Probably my favorite or second favorite character in the show. I love him. I think he's the weakest dueling protagonist. I've said that many times.
So he's not top 5.
And
He's like Pac-Man.
no, he's top 5 in his own show. But when you compare him to the other protagonists, he is
I
the
mean,
weakest.
it's not fair. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just honest.
I mean, like 2 of those duelists have never
well,
lost.
they're basically
Literally
invincible.
gods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the only ones that maybe you could like compare him to, you just no, it's not there. There's no argument to be had there in my opinion. But it doesn't matter. Yuga's a good character.
He's great.
Beyond dueling, Pac-Man, all that
Is he
stuff.
the youngest or is it Yuma?
He's the youngest. Yeah.
Okay. So you could say
He could grow into it.
potential-wise, he might grow.
Yes.
into
Now we've seen him in Go Rush. That hasn't happened. But I mean, you
it.
never know.
He's the same age.
He's arguably like
He
3
went
years
backwards in time.
He's 0-3, but that's okay. We'll see. Actually, I'm sorry. 0-2-1. I'm sorry.
Thank you, Cobalt. We got $5.
Ooh,
from
I like
Max.
this.
Cobalt, thank you,
I like
Cobalt.
it.
And Max said,
He did. You're right.
Max-
He won
He
once.
won
Max said, "What's everyone's favorite JJK character?
Oh,
I can't
Jesus.
choose between Nanami, Geto, and Megumi. They are all
Hey,
him."
hey, buddy.
They're all.
I just want you to watch the show.
You know where I'm going.
Max,
well.
great question.
I'm so basic. I like Gojo,
Gojo,
and I like
basic.
Midori.
Basic.
No, you
And
can't
those are like
not.
my 2
You
favorites. I
cannot.
just
That's fair.
It's probably not.
and I love
for
their
me.
dynamic too. So.
after
With the hair pulling.
Daddy Nanami, I said it out loud. I have no problem saying
Yeah,
it.
dude.
Oh my
Holy
God. He just wait. The
I won't.
animation is
It is a sexual
peak.
experience.
Okay.
Peak.
I'm for it.
What? Excuse me?
Which episode is this?
You gotta catch. You might. Did you see it? You might have saw it. You may not saw it.
Nixie, pick a
I don't think I had a sexual experience about
Well,
it.
I didn't have
Oh,
that.
it's
I
it.
just thought it was really good.
Probably either Geto or Gojo.
Okay, that's fair.
It might be Geto. Honestly.
I got 2. I got my boy Megami. I think Megami's he's just so quiet, but like
Great character.
he's gonna bring out his
character.
level soon. And then of course, my boy best friendo
Yes.
Toji,
Owie.
because he's me.
Oh yeah.
You know, he's me.
Toto,
yeah.
he
What
is.
kind of?
yeah.
What
You know
kind
what's
of women do you like?
You know
I'm
what's
looking at the Funkos to see if I forgot anyone.
Fuck you.
Hey.
Best friendo. Jennifer Lawrence.
all right, Pete, who's yours? You
Yeah,
say it.
it's got to be Ghetto. I mean,
Yeah.
he's a great character. And again, back to villains, drives the plot of the story.
Oh, he does.
Wait,
You're
wait.
absolutely
I
right.
forgot. Even though we haven't had much screen time with him,
Who?
Toji.
Dude, I love Toji.
Oh, Toji.
So thank you. I was here to say.
Do you
want
want to know something? you want to
He's
know something?
awful,
Do you
but-
want to know something really crazy though? I looked up Toji's like size, just to like somebody.
Dude,
Toji, ready? No, he's not.
What?
Toji is 6'1", ready, and 205. I weigh more than Toji.
No way.
Yeah.
Look up his stats.
They
I'm
undersold him. They
no.
undersold him.
These
like him.
Japanese people are not big. Like
Yeah.
Toto is big. Toto's
Toto
a big
is
boy.
massive,
Toto's like
dude.
6'2", but like 250. Like, but
6'1",
Toji's not that
He-
big.
He's lean though.
He's lean,
But
okay.
he
Oh,
looks
yeah.
wider than his weight look. Like,
I don't.
they
He's pretty
undersold him.
thin.
6'1", 205 is not thin.
Yes, I'm 5'9" and a half,
That kind of muscle
210.
mass.
Okay, I'm 6'1" and I'm 175 pounds. If
Yeah,
I'm
you
30
need.
pounds.
That's
I'm
because you're
gonna
not.
be-
Do you look like Toji?
Absolutely not.
Exactly.
Yeah,
There you go.
I say that.
I look like Toji.
Yeah, that guy.
Dylan looks so confused.
Yeah, I don't know.
Are you?
I'm
Are you
like-
okay? You have a
I
sugar
zoned-
crash?
I zoned
Dill,
out for-
Dill, last
All right,
two are
Dill,
on you.
favorite character.
I also give Maki a lot of love in there.
And
Maki, we love
And your
Maki.
favorite character. I don't know if you said it.
Yeah.
Mark
You love
Lou, thank
Mojito,
you for
right?
the $2 donation. Hey, Dylan, if you were in charge of setting up,
What? You didn't answer your favorite character.
I did. I said Nanami.
Oh, you just.
Oh, yeah,
no,
you
no,
did
that's right. I'm
actually.
sorry. I'm
If
sorry.
you are in charge of setting up the next batch of Arc 5 characters to release in Duel Links, who would you want to add? For example, Ruri, Rin, and Yuri are in this current batch. Who would you want to be added after this batch is done? I would like to see Dennis. I think he's pretty high on my list, Mark. I would like to see
I
Dennis.
bet you hate Dennis.
No, I don't hate Dennis. I like Dennis.
He's kind of a scumbag.
He's the menace.
Yeah,
Dennis-
he got. I
that's
thought his
what I
redemption
mean.
was good. I mean, he killed himself, but I thought his redemption
Oh
was
my
good after
God.
that.
we all died.
Yeah. He comes back, obviously, but
Oh,
yeah, probably Dennis. After these three, Mark, I'd say Dennis is probably near the top of my list. I'm trying to think about anybody else that I realistically could see joining. And
I would imagine Shun is already in, right?
he's already in. Yeah, I mean, I can't really think of anyone. I mean, the problem with Arc 5 is there were a lot of legacy characters that were really, really impactful, and I can't see them having Jack Arc 5 or Kite Arc 5.
Confusing.
Yeah, so yeah, I don't know. That's kind of where I'm at.
Mm-hmm.
Nadine, thank you for the $2 donation. Looking forward to watching the stream when I'm back home. Greetings from Japan.
True.
Greetings.
Love you guys. Nadine,
cool.
love you too.
Love you
yeah,
too.
Nadine is in Japan,
So jealous.
living out
Very
the dreams
jealous.
of a
I hope
lot
you're
of people
having
at this
fun.
table.
Very jealous.
Yeah.
Very,
I-
very sad right now.
I hope you're enjoying it though. That's freaking awesome. I mean, I'm really happy for you. I'm happy you got to go out there.
Awesome.
Yes.
trip.
None of
Super
us have
sick.
been to Japan.
No.
No.
I've never been across the Atlantic.
The farthest I've been is Canada.
Oh yeah. I've been
Yeah.
across the Atlantic a few times, but
Yeah, you had a lot
not
of
that
fun.
far.
Yeah, you went to the homeland.
Yeah, well, yeah, I've been to the homeland once, and then England twice, Denmark once.
And last but
Oh,
not
Denmark.
least,
Yeah,
Limestone,
really cool.
thank you for the $2 donation. What kind of silly sports stories do you guys have? The one and we'll just do this quickly because it's getting late. The one I remember, Limestone, is the tennis team was getting yelled at by the coach. We were facing the street. The coach was yelling at all of us
This is a
except
classic.
our main singles player, who was Weir. You've probably heard us mention his name a few times. As we're getting yelled at, I hear in the distance, dun 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 dun, as the ice cream truck pulls through Tyndall. And as we're getting yelled at by our coach, there was like 12 of us getting yelled at. I see out of the corner of my eye, Weir sprinting.
The fastest I've ever seen him
Put
run
his
a mile.
racket down, sprinted,
Yeah.
full
ice cream
speed. I've
truck.
never seen him run that quick. I
Never.
really haven't.
Like
I'm
a
not even joking.
440 on that one.
Sprints to the ice cream truck. We all have to keep our composure because we're getting
I
yelled
was
at.
dying.
Yeah, I was biting my tongue very hard, and he buys himself strawberry shortcake ice cream on a pop and just.
I mean, that does go hard, though.
Yeah, so that's whenever I think silly sports stories, that's what I think of.
Yeah.
Silly? Oh, God.
I have I guess you can call it silly or you could just call it unfortunate, but we used to play tackle football all the time, like
This
with
is
our groups of
unfortunate.
friends.
This is silly.
And I played quarterback the whole game, and then, I stand up and I see Pete. He's on the other side of the line. He's on the other team. I got an offensive line of like 3 or 4 guys, and I see Pete just standing there. No one's in front of him, and he's kind of like looks like he's blitzing off the corner. And I'm like,
Never thought Pete
and
was gonna
I'm
blitz.
calling out as the quarterback. Watch Pete on the left. He's going to blitz. Watch Pete on the left. Okay, I call it out. I have people turn around and nod at me like, okay, I see him. We got it. I drop back. I turn, and within a second, Pete is diving towards my face. Meanwhile, the guy behind me forgot to block. I'm getting hit in the back of my knees, and I did like a full helicopter flip.
Yeah, we popped him.
And
good.
I just remember laying on the ground going, nobody blocked Pete. I just
Yeah,
lay
that was
there.
like a 20-minute recess in that game.
Yep, I was just I got
I
destroyed.
mean, I felt bad, and,
It
I was part
it
of
was
lighting
tough.
you up.
It was
and I
tough.
felt bad.
Yeah, but like I always laugh thinking about it because I blatantly saw it coming and called it out, and there was nothing I could do about it.
No one had respect enough for me that they didn't think I actually do it or could get there.
Yeah.
You're him.
And then I was just looking, I was just like, oh, this is gonna be great because I
Yeah,
knew no one was
I
gonna
called
block
it
me.
out. Like Russo's next to me on the side, and I'm like, just watch him if he comes, throw a block. No, didn't happen.
Those good times.
Well, you relied on Russo. That was,
He ran out for a
come
pass.
on.
He was
Come
wide.
on.
the ball.
Hey, he was wide open, but I was already on the ground.
they call him own goal Russo.
Oh my!
Yeah, good times.
Sports story.
I don't know. I don't got anything.
Yeah,
I
next
don't know.
well, you throwing up after track, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
actually-
one of my
that
favorite
was,
memories.
That was first of all Eric's fault, because I don't know why I don't know where he brought.
It was also
got
the
so
school's
much.
fault.
It was the school's fault. It had to be like 100 degrees.
It was.
And our gym final was it's like a track meet, and I decided to run the 400. And earlier that day, I was in my Latin, not Latin final, but it was Latin class. And Eric, our friend Eric, comes in. He's like, "Yo, I just got brought in like a bunch of free Monster. Like, does anyone want one?" I was like,
Classic Eric.
Of course.
I mean, sure, I guess.
Like a monster.
Not real, and I chugged it, and then not even 20 minutes later, I'm in gym class, and I'm like,
I just have a vivid image of
And
you
I-
leaning over the fence.
so I ran.
towards the parking lot,
Yeah.
just puking your guts out.
And I actually had 2 races. 'Cause you had to
Yeah.
like do two races for that, and I already didn't feel good before the 400.
Yeah.
And yeah, because I just drank it too fast. It was super hot. I threw up, and then our gym teacher was like, "You already got the A. You're good. You don't have to run that."
We should not even have been allowed to
Yeah.
run in that heat.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
Oh, it's me.
Yes.
Mine is about actually our friend Matt. So we were playing soccer one game, and
we did.
Matt was not the most talented with his feet.
Oh, come on.
But like there was a
Better
game,
hope
I'm
there's a
pretty
lot of
sure I
girls
remember,
listening to this with the
where
volume
he
turned
got
down.
like in soccer, like you use your feet, and Russo just happened to be very unlucky, and he got a ball right to the groin once.
Classic.
And then he's down for like 2 minutes. I'm like trying to laugh. I feel like, oh yeah, I've been there. I feel that. And then he gets up, we're playing, and then I think like 3 minutes later, it happened to him.
Judge, do you remember what else happened in the same game?
Oh, me and you?
No,
concussion.
No.
that was the game I got a
Oh, was it?
concussion.
I don't remember that part.
And
That
nobody
I was-
noticed.
Neither did Calibra.
Yeah, nobody noticed I got hurt because Russo was laying on the
Yeah,
ground.
because he was in so much pain.
And I'm standing there holding my head, not even realizing, and the next thing I know, I'm walking to
I
the
think
trainer, and the game was already over.
Mike also got hurt that game, didn't
no,
he?
Yeah,
Mike hit me in the head
Mike's-
with his elbow.
Mike's
It was
Mike's
Yeah.
Mike's elbow just smashed
Yeah.
Calibra.
There was very like at times
It
we
happened bang bang. That's
tried
why.
to go to some games, but like we didn't very often go to watch the varsity games,
No.
and that was the first and probably the
Last.
last time we went to a varsity game.
Yeah.
We're
You
Like,
saw Calibra.
yeah, we're like, oh yeah, I don't think it's a good idea that we do this because like we were obviously very bad luck with these guys today.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
Russo
remember
getting
that.
hit
I
about
was one hit
twice in,
KO.
Like 2
Yeah.
minutes. Five was like I felt
A
so
concussion
bad.
I might have.
Yeah, that
a
was
concussion.
I have
I
to
mean.
desperately run to the restroom. Pete will give his story. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I have so many, but the one actually the Caliber reminded me of was we're playing tackle football, and we always had the Turkey Bowl every year.
Yep.
So coming towards Thanksgiving, we would always get together and play, and I miss actually those
Me
times.
too.
We're too old now, and
we died.
yeah, it wouldn't be a good idea.
We had to play flag.
And
we still wrestle on this.
yeah, we'll see. And so we're playing, and I remember we get to the field. We played that same park most
Yep,
of the time.
Evergreen.
And we get there, and
like
it
you
had
don't
poured. It had poured for like 2 days before that. And I remember we got there, and we were like, I don't know, should we like play? And we were actually staying at Russo's house. It was like
Yep.
a whole thing. And there was a lot of us too. So we had a huge game.
Oh, yeah, it was
And we said, fuck it. So we went out there, and it became the Mud Bowl.
Mud Bowl.
And we just played with no regard to the clothes we were wearing, nothing.
Oh,
and it
we
was
were
one of the funniest and like best experiences.
yeah.
And it actually ended up being like a really great game.
Yeah.
Because like it was just ridiculous. Like you pass it,
Yeah.
guys were just slipping
Oh, you
under.
fall on your ass.
It was so much fun. And I remember specifically we get back to Russo's house, and his dad comes out of the garage, and he goes, "None of you are allowed in my house."
Yep.
Yeah.
And we had to stay there, and he took a hose.
Yeah, I was saying they hosed
and
us
he
down.
hosed us down, and it was November.
Yeah, it was
And
cold.
hosed us down
Jesus.
in the driveway, and then we kind of had to wring out our clothes, and that was
And then
the
we
shit that
finally
had.
got to
Yeah.
change into dry clothes because we
Yeah.
literally were covered head to toe in mud.
Yeah, but I
Yep.
always, it's one of my favorite memories.
And also, me and you were always on the opposing teams because no one else could play quarterback but me and Pete.
Yeah.
So it was always, all right, Pete's on this team, Cal's on this team, and then, all right, pick. And it's like, why we can't be on the same team?
I always got. I
But it
felt
was
like we
fun.
both got lit up in those games.
Oh my
Every,
God,
I
dude.
come away and I have black clothes everywhere. My
Bruises
mom would be
all
like,
over the
"What's,
place."
what's wrong? Why you like?" And I'm like, "You have no idea."
I'm,
One-
I'm
one time I
surprised I'm the
heard
only
Russo.
one that broke a bone ever playing.
Yeah, that's
Dude.
impressive.
Well, Jokes tore his ACL playing with us
That's-
once.
he did. He
But
did.
my arm was snapped
Yeah.
playing football.
That was when we were playing Nick's team, right?
Yeah.
When he was there. Yeah.
He hit me in
Oh, that was
hit me in
Yeah.
midair. Yeah, hit
But
me
that
in-
was the problem too. We shouldn't have played on that field.
we were playing not only on the turf. It was basically non-football players versus ex-football players.
Which was messed up.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
they
we
did
never
that.
really stood a chance.
I just braced my fall with my arm and snapped it in half. It was fun.
I had the jump
We got
start.
$2 from Natalie into the brains.
Thank you, Natalie.
Simply said, Dylan, did you get my question I sent in? I'm going to be honest with you.
No, I didn't see it.
I think we forgot. About
I don't think we ever even got to the questions.
Should we?
No.
No. I'm saying
Next time.
Hold on to
Hold
them.
on to the questions.
Yeah.
so we will
End
do
it so we
them.
could see them and then maybe address them during the pumpkin stream.
Well,
that's a good
I was
idea.
gonna
I
say,
like that.
I was gonna say, when Dylan gets back, we can see. Maybe we can just stash those questions and
Yeah, we
just
got
kind
all
of
Friday.
and kind of open because
get a second
Friday we're doing the pumpkin painting stream. I don't know if Dylan's promoted it, said anything.
But we're
Friday,
Schedule, yeah.
Friday night here, I believe 7 p.m. is when we're doing the pumpkin painting
Yes.
stream. And I think that might be a good time where we can just come in and fire off those questions and answer them as we go. Dill, Natalie had asked about the questions that she sent in.
Yes.
We never even got to those, right?
No, we didn't. Honestly, and I'm
How many are in there?
I'm really amazed by this, and thank you guys so much for this.
I would copy them into a document right now.
It was a really just
Oh my
long
God.
stream.
That's how many are in there?
yeah.
Copy them right now so we don't
Yeah,
lose this.
because they probably don't
Oh
store, so you
my
should probably
God.
copy
Probably
those. We'll do them
just drag
Friday.
them all, right?
Select all.
Yeah, I'll copy them into a and we'll answer a few of them. I mean, obviously, that Q&A tab really is utilized if we just don't have enough content to talk about with super chats, with just regular flow
For
of
us,
conversation,
sure. Yeah.
and
We never don't have enough content.
yeah, I know, and you
it's
guys
crazy.
were incredibly generous
But we
today.
can do that Friday.
So we can do it Friday. Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, we can definitely look at them.
yeah.
But yeah, we're all clear
That's it.
on the Western Front.
You guys promoted and everything.
No.
No.
Okay, well, listen, I want to thank Jamie, Angie, and Maddie. Insane donations and super chats from the three of them. Jamie, we'll keep you in our thoughts. Things will get better. I
Absolutely.
promise you. And you guys are all amazing. To everybody that donated, super chatted, thank you so much. Thank you for being here. Pumpkin painting contest officially Friday night, 7 p.m. It's going to be great. I think we have like 9 or 10 people competing in it.
How
So
many people? Holy
it's going to be good. It's going to be really good. You guys will vote and decide the winner. I'm going to whip down the line here. These guys do their own stuff. Please follow them as well. Thank you guys so much.
All right. So I don't really ever stream my own Twitch, so I'm not going to promote it. But Dylan streams on Twitch over on Super Deep Rot, and I believe tomorrow is your first stream back on Twitch. That's you.
Most likely, yes.
If he holds to
If
Most likely.
if your sleep
Yes,
schedule
if my throat,
permits,
if I feel up to it health-wise, yes.
and that would be Spider-Man 2.
Correct, yes.
Okay. So look out for that. If Dill's in good health and good sleep, check that over there on Super Deep Rot. I mean, I have a Twitch, twitch.tv/calbreezy. That's CALBREEZZY. I haven't done much on there, so I did stream for Dill a couple of weeks, and I was enjoying it, so I might try to get back into doing my own as well as Dill returns to his streaming. So just if you want to give that a follow and just maybe follow my Twitter, which is also Calbreezy, and keep up for updates there, because if I ever go live or anything, it'll get tweeted out as well.
Nice.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I also have a inactive Twitch account, which maybe will go active once things. I just started a new job last week, so
Yeah.
which has been great, but also been kind of an adjustment. So now Twitch has been pushed back, but maybe we're gonna get back into it again. I just started playing Minecraft again a little bit, so maybe I'll do some Twitch streams there, work on the massive project I've been working on there. So that's twitch.tv/NickFightsMoms for now, unless we get changed to the name.
Nice.
We also did some music streams on there, where I perform for you guys from some cover songs, some original music, which is a good time. I have a bunch of songs out on all social media. Digital streaming platforms like YouTube, Tidal, Apple Music, Spotify, of course. Wherever you consume music, it is there. All the songs I have are also on Bandcamp if you want to purchase them. Same with iTunes or Amazon, wherever you want to buy music. That would be super helpful. I'm sitting on a record that will be put out by the end of the year, and some merch before that. So keep your eyes peeled. And for any Nameling news, you can follow me on any social media platform at NamelingNJ.
Nice. So what's going on, guys? Stream at twitch.tv/Dredgenair. Tomorrow, for the first time, Rush Dueling with Dredge. 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now you remember you got to do it 6?
Yep,
Okay,
yep,
just making
yep.
sure. Figured. So tomorrow at 6 o'clock. Again, I put in my, I announced it last stream how it works. If you're either a sub, you've donated this month, or there's also a Dredgy dollar redeem you could use. Also, if you cannot afford to donate or anything like that. And if you do one of those tomorrow, you'll be able to duel me. We have a dual queue set up. Maybe Dylan will stop by. I have a dual room set up, so come by, check that out. And then Saturday, more Pokemon action as well.
Nice. Let's get it.
Pete.
Yeah, YouTube channel, Coolest Gamers. It is pretty inactive over there right now, but the only thing going right now is I do a podcast with my friend Brian called First and 10. It's an NFL football podcast. We do that pretty much consistently every single week. There's an episode from this past Sunday that is up, and we will be recording one for the end of the week that you'll probably see on either Saturday or Sunday morning. So if you're interested in that stuff, please support that. Check that out. I greatly appreciate it. And follow me on Twitter, PFCaro21.
Let's go.
Big thank you to Cal, Pete, Dredger, and Nick T for helping me out with this. As always,
Of course,
episode 14 of After Dark, a lot of fun. Also, Shadow Z brought it up. Fantastic news. Simul streaming is now allowed on Twitch, which is awesome. So there are going to be a lot of changes in terms of how you can enjoy this content coming up in the near future. Probably going to do a lot of the Yu-Gi-Oh streams on both platforms, YouTube and Twitch, so you can watch me on either one. We might also do some like watch-alongs and stuff on both platforms as well. So I'm probably not going to do like non-Yu-Gi-Oh stuff over here on YouTube because I really do want the YouTube channels to just stay primarily for YouTube.
Makes sense.
So like Spider-Man, Lies of P, whatever games we do over on Twitch is going to be Twitch only, but the Yu-Gi-Oh stuff probably going to be accessible on either YouTube or Twitch in the very near future. So
That's gonna be really
very
nice.
exciting. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for your amazing support. We'll see you Friday for the pumpkin painting contest, 50 days until Jump Festa. And I hope you have an amazing day. Take
Good
care,
night,
guys.
guys.
Good night.